Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the grand final for the Road to Red Bull Wololo Legacy June finals between Puppypaw and Vortix. This is going to be a fantastic best of 7. I can feel it in my bones. This is going to be the finals for Pool 1. We will be having a finals for Pool 2 as well. That'll be a separate video because today we're focusing on Puppypaw and Vortix in this best of 7. On the northwest corner of the map, we've got Puppypaw playing in blue as the Mongols. And in the southeast corner of the map, we've got Vortix playing in red as a Chinese. Should be an interesting Civ matchup, especially on Dry Arabia, which is the map for our first game for this best of 7. Taking a look at the Mongols, it's really important to discuss their spawn because that's often a talking point. We've got the wood line, as we always will do really with the Mongols, because of the nomad start, the Mongols put their town centre alongside the wood line. But what is great to see for Puppypaw at least is the gold vein right next to it. That's super close by, very well protected, and it's going to be hard to push in the early game as being the Chinese anyway. Easily to wall up this side here, offers him a lot of protection. And he has it over, which is not too far away either. That's actually a decent position, respectable, and he's going for a barracks, barracks, and he's going to get a couple of spearmen to go forward with a villager. That typical Mongols opening. It's going to be an outpost rush, ladies and gentlemen. Vortix is probably going to be expecting it because we've seen this a lot during the tournament so far as the Mongols. It's kind of the meta thing to do, quite the standard thing to do, go for an opening of an outpost rush. And they often follow this up with a fast castle. We have seen some alternative strategies that haven't quite worked out for the Mongols to follow the outpost rush. In particular, we saw a player do a second town centre with the Mongols in Feudalage, and it didn't quite work out, but we shall see what Puppypaw decides to do in this matchup against the Chinese. See Vortix just letting Puppy know, I see you, I see you. He's letting him know that he is aware. The scout actually going to get hit by 2 spearmen there. Valuable HP lost. The outpost going right in front of that. Berry and Mill. This is quite exposed actually for Vortix. Not ideal for him. And there's going to be trouble if this goes up, and it probably will. There are 2 spearmen there, and I suspect Puppypaw is going to be sending more spearmen looking to take care of these scouts there. 2 more coming in, 4 spearmen in total. Vortix under a little bit of pressure in game number 1. Villager being microed back here is pretty weak there. This is going to happen for quite a bit of time unless Vortix addresses this. Now, we're going to be learning a few things here about how to and maybe how not to defend, possibly. We shall see how it pans out. If Vortix can push this back in the Feudalage once he does get there, which he's going up with the Imperial Academy, not the Barbican of the Sun. An interesting choice, doing that right next to the town centre. Not going for the protection that the Barbican of the Sun offers. Going for the more macro eco approach. Now what we have to bear in mind is that the Mongols getting up to the Feudalage will then be able to afford arrow slits in most scenarios, and that would really start to become a problem. Looks like Puppypaw trying to get an outpost on the wood line. This is an issue for Vortix. He might need to stop this. He's going to send some villagers. One of them is pretty weak there. Going to send the villagers on the food as well to try and siege this down. That will happen, but Puppypaw deletes it before he loses any wood. So nice awareness for Puppypaw, again being harassing of the gold mine with the spearman. This is a very nice micro for Puppypaw to do this. He's just peeled 1 spearman off, although the gold mine is in range of the town centre, so it's not ideal for Puppypaw there. And looks like Vortix is going to get an outpost of his own, rushing it up with 5 villagers that do build faster, obviously being the Chinese. Puppypaw looking to go forward with the spearman, knows that he can't pull this off. He won't be able to get that outpost up in time. Instead, he's going to commit to an outpost on the wood line. Vortix could delete that. So if you delete the building before it's fully built, you don't lose any of the wood. But he commits to it. He wants to protect that position on the berries. But the issue is that he doesn't have enough wood now to afford it now. But I take that back. He's just going to place another outpost on that wood line. If this goes up in time for him, that would be important. There's the Feudalage. Will we see an archery range down? That's often what's chosen for the player who's defending against the outpost rush. Village dropping off gold there, then moving over to wood. Outpost is being kind of watched down by the spearman. Spearman looking to delay the outpost being built by the Chinese, but the Chinese outpost does go first. Spearman goes down, and now Puppypaw has to retreat. That villager can lose some HP, deletes the outpost. Valuable HP lost on the spearman, but the Puppypaw's not over. He's not giving up. He's going to go for more outposts on the wood line to try and delay his opponent as much as possible. But Vortix seems to have this relatively under control, but the issue now is that Puppypaw does have a spearman garrison in here, and that makes sieging it down or torching it down just that a little bit harder. We do see a villager going down there for Vortix, so having to micro all this down, hasn't been able to save some villagers here and there. There's that archery range we were talking about. It is going down now. Puppypaw is on his way to the feud lane. He's going to get there relatively soon. And the key thing is that he will be able to afford arrow slits and upgrade these outposts. We shall see what Vortix decides to do, whether he looks to actually rush this outpost down once Puppypaw does reach feud lane. We shall see, we shall see. That outpost going on the wood line there, looking to get some vision on the map, but also if he gets arrow slits here, this will be a bit of a nuisance later on as the game progresses. Archer looking just to see what he can find in terms of value. But it'll just get pulled back for Vortix actually. He's going to retreat, he's going to bring his sheep back, it seems. Going to kill him in a very awkward spot. I don't think that's intended. That's kind of in the middle of the drop-off point. It's not going to be very efficient for him, that's for sure. Especially with that wheelbarrow. That's a little bit of an awkward situation, to say the least. Alright, it's neither going to be dropping off at the... I'd be interested to see where the villagers go to. Some are going to go to the mill, some are going to go to the town centre. And Arrowslix looks to be coming in. Arrowslix is in now on that outpost. This is a problem for Vortix. It just doesn't get the feeling that he's been able to defend this particularly well by his own high standards. Now Horsemen come in and he calls it. Puppypaw takes the first game of the set. The grand finals decided within... Or the first game of the grand finals decided within about 8 minutes. Vortix has had enough of this aggression and he moves on to game number 2. He's going to want to fight back because that game ended quickly. Puppypaw already 1-0 up. Holy smokes, we're just getting started, guys. Don't go anywhere. Game number 2 coming right up. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2 of the grand finals between Puppypaw and Vortix. After what was a crazy first game with the Mongols outpost rush, Vortix handing in the towel in that first game relatively quickly. He'll want to have a response in the second game, and he's playing on the west side of the map in blue as the Delhi Sultanate. In the southeast corner of the map in red, we've got Puppypaw now playing as the Chinese on the map Altai. We shall see if Vortix has a response because... Holy smokes, what a way to start the grand finals. Puppypaw taking the first game of the set and looking to build on that lead. If he can get the second game, he'll be looking in a commanding position. It is a best of 7 though, so it's a long road. It's a long road to the Red Bull Wololo legacy, but this is one step. The winner of this set will book their ticket for Castle Heidelberg in Germany for the main event. I'm sure both players are eager to do that. And we have the Delhi versus the Chinese. Some of the civilization bonuses which are really interesting, in particular about the Delhi Sultanate, they get the eco upgrades for free. It's going to be really important that these get clicked. Wheelbarrow. Vortix. Vortix. Please click wheelbarrow. This sometimes happens where players don't actually click the upgrades. And this seems to be one of those occasions. Maybe Vortix a little bit frazzled from the last game. He's getting the upgrades from the mosque, efficient production, forestry from the lumber camp, and piety from the mosque, but Vortix, please click that wheelbarrow soon. In any case, we're going to move over to the right side of the map. The Chinese going on gold now, looking to get that fast age up, maybe going for a 2-town center boom, maybe Song Dynasty first though. The map is Altai. Let's talk about map generation because actually, this map generation is really quite generous for Puppypaw, and the reason why I say that is because of the woodlines. The woodlines are going to be relatively wallable here to the side of the cliff. And then between the woodlines, there's not a huge amount of walling to be done there. It is more or less the west side that's a little bit more tricky to deal with, because it does have a forward gold, and this will be a bit more difficult to wall up, for sure. But that is usually the case on Altai. Vortix side of things, his one is just completely open. His base is fully open on the front, maybe needing to be the aggressor because of that. We'll be able to wall up on the left side, but right side again, relatively exposed. Very open map for Vortix. Let's just see how he deals with that situation. He hasn't clicked wheelbarrow again, guys. This is the grand finals here. This is not a mistake you want to be making. Vortix missing out on the free upgrades. Puppypaw will bring a lot of sheep back home. That'll certainly help his food economy. And he does go with 2 scouts. I want to see if Vortix went for 2 scouts himself. It appears that he has. So both players going for 2 scouts. It certainly is the meta these days, and I love it because it gives you so much vision. And it always enables you to get one over your opponent. If your opponent doesn't go 2 scouts as well, you're likely to get more sheep, as well as the vision on the map. We hear that sound. That means there's an age up for someone. And that someone is going to be Puppypaw. He's going to go for a Barbican of the Sun drop in the middle of the map, looking to secure that sacred side and that forward gold position. Looking to be obtaining some map controls. A nice position for the Barbican of the Sun, has to be said. We'll be able to look to get that sacred side secure and that gold vein if he just decides to do so. especially in the castle age, which will be the time that he'll be able to obtain the sacred site. Now we see the age up coming forward for Vortix, playing in blue, and he's going for the Dome of the Faith. Very common landmark to go for Delhi Sultanate. In fact, in this whole Road to Red Bull Wololo Legacy June finals, I don't think we've seen any other landmark for the Delhi Sultanate other than the Dome of Faith. The Tower of Victory not getting some love. The Dome of the Faith certainly being the landmark of choice for the Delhi Sultanate up to now. Hope you guys enjoyed the casted games, because I've had so much fun casting these series, and we're now at the grand finales. This is going to be the first one of the grand finales. There is a second one for Pool 2. I'll of course be casting those as well, so do stick around the YouTube channel if you're looking for that. But Puppypaw getting up to the feudal age now with that Barbican of the Sun, and obtaining that map control in a nice position. We shall see what it decides to do behind this, because will he go for a Song Dynasty, maybe a second town centre, getting a second imperial official to supervise his buildings. This is a nice addition, because this is really going to bolster the economy. Vortix just being a bit annoying on the villages on gold with that single scout. Vortix not yet up to the feudal age. We'll be getting there relatively soon. This is actually a nice position for the mill though, because it actually gets the berries and the deer in a very nice spot there. Can't say the same for Puppypaw. The deer are literally on the opposite side of his town centre. There's the age up with the Dome of the Faith, going for blacksmith and stable here, the Delhi Sultanate. Quite a standard opening for the Delhi. And nothing in terms of production for Puppypaw. He's actually going to go for walls. He's looking to go for sacred sites. Holy smokes. He's going to go for protecting the central sacred site with Barbican of the Sun. He's going to wall up the right and the left side. This is an interesting play by Puppypaw. Not really committing to feudal age army, which could be an issue because Delhi will be doing that. Going for a stable. Getting... Oh, please. Please tell me he's got... He still hasn't gone for wheelbarrow. In fact, he's going for horticulture instead, first. So he's aware of this situation. I'm not sure if he's aware that he's missed out wheelbarrow. Could have been having wheelbarrow that whole time. I mean, just click it. Just click everything, my man. Click it. Click it. You can always unclick it later. Double Vortix coming in. Horseman going forward for the Delhi Sultanate. But again, okay, we do see a barracks going down now for Puppypaw and an archer range as well. Looks like the scout is getting some value on the right side, but this is all fully walled up now for Puppypaw. But has to be borne in consideration. He's actually walling this entrance as well. Yeah, this is a smart move because once he does, oh, will he get down? He actually gets it down in time, and that's fantastic though, because now the horseman can't deny that. And once these Puppypaw, make sure you get these up. Oh, he targets the right one. Fantastic. Puppypaw walls this up, and now that secures that position quite nicely. We'll be able to get that sacred site when he gets to the castle age. On the left side, the walls are up on this side as well, right in front of the sacred site, so nice positioning. Very symmetrical spawn of the sacred site. Sometimes you get like one closer to one player and the other side is closer to the other player. But bang on in the middle makes the walling up a little bit easier for Puppypaw to do this. Horsemen are going forward for Delhi Sultanate, looking to get some value. Placing a village here is just quite a nice situation for Puppypaw because this is garrisonable. As you can see, he can house 10 villagers. If he is being raided, villagers can pop into the village and hang out there for a little while. 1 or 2 archers on the field to protect himself. And what's going on in the south? Okay, the scout on Vortix trying to run away there. Right, 25 economy for 26 economy for Puppypaw, 27 now, 25 for Vortix. He's had an idle economy for a little bit as well. Blacksmith going down. Second blacksmith looking to get those free upgrades. As you can see, please tell me to click wheelbarrow. Okay, he's still waiting for horticulture anyway. In any case, scholars are starting to garrison themselves in. And I really like what's being done here because, of course, I've been mentioning that the sacred sites, you know, is something that Puppypaw could get in the castle age. But what is it actually doing by doing this as well is denying it for his opponent, and that's actually really key because one of the bonuses that Delhi Sultanate get is sanctity, as you can be seen to be researched here. Allows scholars to capture sacred sites before the castle age, and the sacred sites generate 50% more gold, so it's an incredibly strong thing that Delhi Sultanate tend to go for, and that's of course being denied by these walls. And the Barbican of the Sun in the middle. Okay, it is indeed the Song Dynasty that is being chosen as a strategy for Puppypaw. And just to give you an idea of what that does, it actually gives the villager production time reduction of 35%, So very, very strong dynasty there. Will let the economy start to buzz for Puppypaw. Vortix does break through on the right side though, so we'll be able to possibly be able to secure that sacred site. But what Puppypaw has done so nicely here is he's walled up the back end of that as well. So it's going to delay Vortix even further. Sending a villager forward there, maybe for an outpost, possibly. I suspect that's going to be the case for an outpost, because there's no other reason to really send a villager, because the infantry for the Delhi Sultanate can actually build walls themselves. Oh, he's going to chop through. Actually, that's actually very smart. He's just going to chop through the villager. Nice strategy choice there. The Song Dynasty begins for the Chinese. And now Spearman going forward here, harassing the villagers and berries. This is quite greedy for Vortix to go through here without deploying an outpost. Spearman looking to take care of the horsemen. Archers there, looking to snipe some of the scholars. Alright, looking to spice up now. Now we see Zhugnu on the map. Courtesy of the Song Dynasty, the Song Dynasty unlocks a special unit for the Chinese in the form of the Zhugnu. Horseman numbers are starting to build up though. Those will be countering the Zhugnu, and the archers and scholars looking to get hold of that sacred site. Should be able to do it even with the Barbican and the Sun there. Scholars healing each other up. It might be the case that Puppypaw takes an engagement here, looking to have the Zhugnu in the background, and the Spearmen trying to take care of their horsemen. Not getting close enough, takes out a scout I believe. And this is actually a bad trade for Puppypaw. He decides to garrison his archers rather than the Spearmen. The Spearmen are being microed down by the archers for Vortix though. That could become a problem long term. And the horseman numbers really starting to build up. I do like the combination here, going for cavalry and archers as a mix, because Spearmen and archers tends to be a bit more tricky, especially if you have Spearmen that can get microed down by the archers. But a bit of an engagement here, looking desperately to get hold of that sacred site. Probably going to back off once the sacred site is activated. But Barbican and Sun has 10 units garrisoned in, so we'll be getting some value. 3 scholars still remaining, horsemen going down, but Vortix does back away now. But the thing about this is that it can't really defend this position, so I'm not really sure if that's worth it for Vortix, to be totally honest, because now Puppypaw is just going to decap it. It feels a little bit unnecessary there for Vortix. Could look to pressurize that situation though again. Isn't able to get hold of the right and left sacred sites just purely because of the denial from the Chinese and Puppypaw. Puppypaw is not looking to take the engagement unnecessarily, going to send a scout looking to decap that. Vortix either has to commit to defending that sacred site with his units under the protection of the Barbican and the Sun, or go forward. He does have the sacred site, so we'll be getting a small gold trickle for a little period of time, but that's being decapped as we speak. Yeah, horseman going to cycle around with the archers. Puppypaw is aware of it, bringing his units back home, getting an outpost on the gold. We'll need to protect that position. Horseman going to dive in. Can't deny the outpost though. Now that's the sacred site being neutralized. Now behind this, every second that passes, the economy is growing and stronger for Puppypaw. 47 villagers to 37, 10 villagers in advance, but he will be losing 2. That's for sure. 2 archers sniping those 2 villagers very nicely. Might be sniping the Imperial official as well. The Imperial official rather pulls back, but dies in the process. The Zhugnu there looking to fight this back though. The Zhugnu taking relatively cost-effective trades because these guys are pretty tanky and strong. They have a high rate of fire, so very aggressive, but they aren't very effective. They're ineffective rather against armored targets, but there aren't any armored targets on the field. So for the Feud Age unit, is a very strong unit. But will we see the Castle Age coming in for Vortix relatively soon? Unlikely. He's got nowhere near enough food. Decent amount of gold though, to be fair. 300 gold away for reaching that 600 mark, which he needs for the Castle Age. There are archers there looking. Actually, sorry, there's villagers just shooting the deer, looking to get that food income rocking and rolling. Now, what's to be noted is that these guys, these production buildings are actually having scholars garrisoned inside them. Makes them produce faster, essentially, because that's taking advantage of the efficient production technology from the mosque. And so now he's effectively having 2 archer ranges, 2 stables worth of production here, and he's actually pushing forward on the right side of Puppypaw's base. Spearmen and Zhugnu trying to hold off, but the horsemen are dictating the fight really, and this is a problem for Puppypaw. He's going to lose villagers left, right and centre. Can replace him with the Song Dynasty rate of production, but he's losing a lot here. So Zhugnu not really getting the value he wants. Horsemen always threatening to dive in but never doing it. Spearmen looking to push forward. Spearmen are focusing on the archers rather than the horsemen there. That's not ideal. They have switched now to focus fire on the horsemen, but I'm not sure Puppypaw has enough here. Vortix being super aggressive here, but the Zhugnu do push this away. Horsemen backing off, but coming back in to try and dive the Zhugnu. No more spearmen on the field. That's going to be good for the horsemen, especially now the archers are going to micro down those villagers. There are no other woodlines. There's no other woodlines safe for Puppypaw to take. This is an issue. That outpost going down, sieged down by the horsemen, was a pretty bad situation for Puppypaw. Actually, he does have another woodline here on the north. We discussed it earlier. That's where he's going to go. He's going to move to that side. And not a bad move, because he's going to need to have some safe wood. Can't keep losing villagers. Despite having the Song Dynasty, Vortix on 44 villagers, Puppypaw on 54. He's been in the Song Dynasty for quite some time, with only 10 villagers ahead though. Scholars now going forward. Stable being added by Puppypaw. Holy smokes, that really went from 0 to hero in terms of speed and attack and aggression. We do see rams on the field now for Vortix. I've got to check on this at a time. Okay, he got wheelbarrow in the end, thankfully. Holy smokes, okay. Second ram being built by the archers. Looking to get a win here, Vortix. If you can make this one apiece, then that will certainly boost his chances of qualifying, or at least getting to the final for the Road to Red Bull Wololo June finals. Looking to ram this Imperial Academy. Villagers may be pulled, but probably not because of the archers and horsemen in behind. Second ram is on the field as well. Puppypaw under trouble here. He's going to lose some villagers again on that woodline. Hasn't learned his lesson. He's actually got a lot of villagers on that woodline as well anyway. But he's going to have to move those villagers now, and it's going to be sieged here with 2 rams and the horsemen looking to take down the outpost. There's no hand cannon slits here, so this outpost is doing nothing for Puppypaw other than vision. That vision is just about to disappear. This is looking rough for Puppypaw. He's looking to build up his army before he takes a decisive fight. Got Zhugnu, spearmen and horsemen. Looks like the spearmen have stopped coming out because... oh no, he's actually producing the spearmen as well. Probably producing every unit he can. If this village goes down, this is an issue because this houses a lot of population. 40 population. That would actually house Puppypaw quite significantly. He does have enough wood for another village. He's going to need to put that down. Once he loses that village, he will realise he's pretty badly housed. Horsemen are going to do that for him. And the rams are going to take down the Imperial Academy. That's 1 landmark down. 2 more to go. And there's that village being produced by Puppypaw. Now the thing is, Vortix behind this could get up to the castle. He's got a lot of food, a lot of gold. It looks like he's saving up for it. Scholar's healing up the units. Ram's going to push forward even further. Vortix looking strong here. But he does commit to the castle. He's going up with the House of Learning. Maybe looking to get honed blades rather. Maybe looking to get some lancers on the field, or maybe even man-at-arms. And the Zhugnu horsemen look to try and push this back. Will possibly get rid of 1 ram. That is the case. He takes care of 1 ram. Barracks going to be going down for Puppypaw. Loses a production building. Ram looking to be taken down. Puppypaw wants to deal with that, but he can't. He's kind of having to walk around the foundation of the Imperial Academy. And the archers backing off. Zhugnu doing good work here to push this back. There are spearmen involved there, taking out a lot of the horsemen for Vortix. Vortix pulls back the horseman, brings it back into the fight though. Zhugnu behind this, getting great value for Puppypaw. Scholars, or just the 1 scholar now, looking to heal up his army, but he's got very limited health. He's been microed down. Vortix gets to the castle stage behind all of this. Puppypaw under a lot of pressure now, and the Zhugnu trying to save themselves. They're going to need to keep the numbers. If Puppypaw loses the Zhugnu, that will be game over. The Zhugnu pushing this back now. There are horsemen on the field for Puppypaw as well. Defender's advantage certainly in play here. Vortix now getting up to the castle age. Maybe adding a couple of lancers or 2 will certainly help his position. What is he going for? He is going for another stable. He's going for lancers. Yep, lancers will be coming out relatively soon. 2 town centre boom though. 4 Puppypaw still there. 80 villagers. Holy smokes, behind that. 80 villagers, guys. That's insane. Puppypaw managing to keep up the villager count. Being on the 2 town centre Song Dynasty, that really counts for something. But he's managing to keep this back as well. He's maintaining the economy and the military. It's a little bit insane, and I think it's the fact that the value the Zhugnu are giving here, they're relatively cheap for the value that they give. Look, he was even going to take out the ram with the Zhugnu themselves. That's a little bit crazy when you think about it. And in behind here, the wall's being a pest, an absolute pest for those villagers. Horseman looking to dive the situation, going to look to take out that ram if he can. There is Lancer there though. That Lancer going to soak up some of the damage from the Zhugnu. Ram's still not been taken down though, on 57 HP. We'll be going down with a couple more volleys from the he just pulls out. No, it's just 8 HP. He does want to get caught out by the Lancers. But dude, only 8 HP. 3 Lancers are there in the mix now with the Archers. Now Castle Age Army versus Feudal Age Army, albeit the Jugnu, which is the dynasty unit of choice for Puppypaw at the moment, getting 3 outposts. He does need to get some hand cannon slits here, otherwise they're kind of useless unless they're garrisoned. Another village going down. The population is so strong here for the Chinese, 90 versus 57. You have to think that Vortix is kind of on a timer here, looking to press the issue. Getting the upgrades, as you can see here, every single one of them. Oh, Ram's being lost here by Vortix. I don't think he ever really repaired that. Lance is sweeping around to the right side, looking to see if he can get some value. But you know what? For Vortix now, the trouble is that he can kill villagers. Problem with that is Puppypaw just builds him again. He's going for a forward keep, and a very nice position. Will he get this up? There is walls in the way. He might just do it. And if he does, that could become a problem for Puppypaw. Puppypaw will probably have to go to the Castle Age and get some siege of his own in the form of trebuchets. Maybe from the astronomical clock tower. That could be the thing. He deletes the walls. This keep is not going up, I don't think. The Jugnu are going to focus fire on the villagers. I don't know if they've got textiles. Vortix pulls them back. He does have textiles though. That will help bring the villagers around on the other corner of the keep. But there's too many Jugnu here. Vortix is going to lose a lot of villagers, and holy smokes, that's the Doubt Castle. Jugnu pushing this back very effectively. Villagers still looking to push this issue and get the keep up, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. There are Lancers there now. Lancers taking a lot of the Jugnu out. I think Puppypaw might have to surrender the ground. He won't want to lose the massive Jugnu, because if he does, that'll leave his base open to full raiding. But again, if he just focuses fire on the 3 villagers, he just needs to take 3 villagers out, and that's it. The Lancers are being really good shock absorbers for Vortix. There is a Lancer there on the south side, getting some villager kills, but will be taken down by the 2 town centres, fully garrisoned with the villagers. Now the Lancer numbers are starting to build up for Vortix. This keep might actually go up in the end. 2 villagers there, and I think Puppypaw is surrendering the position. I don't think he can take the fight. There's too many Lancers there. The keep will go up. But Puppypaw maybe looking to get to the castle. He's saving the gold, saving the food. Just needs a bit more food, and he will be able to go up. Building more archer ranges, needs to get the archer numbers up, or the Jugnu numbers up at least. This is a good position for Vortix, getting that forward keep, denying that particular wood line, and things looking strong for Vortix at the moment. But don't underestimate the power of the Chinese economy. 101 villagers to 54, still double the number of villagers essentially here, although a lot of them are idle at the moment. Still, if Puppypaw can get a keep of his own, that would be impressive, and that would be a nice platform to defend from. He's going to do just that. Looks like he might... Where's he going to put it? Where is he going to put the keep? Well, he's going to build the astronomical clock tower first. Vortix is almost going to be able to afford in the second keep. He's actually going to be able to send some villagers here for that stone to help him get to that second keep. Lancers are diving in now, especially with the archers. The Jugnu are going to try and micro down the Lancers. Lancers getting a charge attack, but diving underneath the 2 town centres. There is the Castle Age for Puppypaw, going for some Nester Bees. Going for some Nester Bees to take care of the archers. Maybe needing to get some trebuchets as well, if you can, behind that. The Lancers diving in, looking to get some value. You feel like Vortix is on a ticking time, and I think he knows it. Lancers taking villagers out in the stone. Holy moly, Puppypaw, you're losing villagers, but he won't mind, sitting at 97 villagers versus 57. Still 40 villagers ahead after all this raiding. A little bit insane here. And the Lancer will be going down relatively quickly, with the Lancers being attacked by the Jugnu and the fully garrisoned primary town centre. Lancers circling around the right now. Puppypaw has walled up this side. He's got a lot of economy here on the right side. That's where all the villagers are, and the thing is, this is purely safe. Vortix probably doesn't even know about this, and that is a huge issue. Keep going here on the front line, looking to be a defensive point for Puppypaw. Trebuchet does come out for Vortix. The second one coming out as well, so Trebuchet numbers definitely going to be in the advantage for the Delhi Sultanate player here, played by Vortix. Lancers are diving again in groups of 3. I just feel it won't be enough, because Vortix killing villagers, but Puppypaw replacing them and then some. Okay. I'm interested to see whether Vortix has decided to get some relics. He has. He's got 3 relics at the moment. But despite having the villager lead, Puppypaw will be a little bit undercut by the fact that 3 relics are in possession of Vortix. Lancers are sweeping around, looking to get some villagers on that wood line. You get the feeling that Puppypaw is struggling for wood. He is actually indeed struggling for wood. He's going up to the wood line here, which is not the greatest dense forest. And is cycling around on the left side. Another keep here for Vortix would possibly send those villagers packing. Okay, 2 trebuchets looking to take down the keep. I think Puppypaw might need to repair this with more than just 1 villager. He does send some more. Zhugnu numbers still building up. You feel like the longer this game goes though, Puppypaw should have a winning condition just by virtue of the fact he's got a stronger economy. He's gathering more resources, but it has lost a lot of units, having to expend a lot of resources just to keep the keep alive, but he'll be happy to do that. He needs to delay things as much as he possibly can. The more he delays things, the better chance he's got of winning. 3 trebuchets on the field for Vortix. This keep won't be able to hold with that number of trebuchets. Add a magical 4th and that keep won't be able to hold. Going on the left side for stone. For another keep here, Puppypaw, I suspect. Another keep going down for Vortix. At least he's going to try to, but this could be seen. This will be seen by Puppypaw. If this keep goes up, that's huge. This gold vein is so crucial for Puppypaw. Where are those villagers? Are they coming forward? Yes, they are indeed. 9 of them. I'm not sure if Vortix will be able to get this up because the army will be able to cycle through. There are crossbowmen there in the mix as well to counter the lancers. But this could be an issue because Vortix is keeping Puppypaw busy on this northern part of the map. Well, eastern part of the map really, if you look at it from a holistic perspective. Villagers looking to build that keep, and now Puppypaw reacts. He's going to look to try and siege it down with the villagers, or maybe just attack the villagers. There are a lot of villagers there for the Chinese, 20 of them versus 9, 2 to 1, and then some. Puppypaw gonna absolutely just butcher these villagers. He's gonna fight, and Vortix has to pull back, but he can't. He's trapped, and the Zhugnu behind that are gonna kill a lot of villagers. Vortix already has very few villagers compared to the Chinese. 118 for Puppypaw, 63 for Vortix, and he's gonna lose some more. Vortix has enough for 2 keeps. Holy smokes, there's a lot of trebuchets, 4 of them on the field. That keep does go down now, and the primary town centre is going down as well now. If it's not for the Barbican, the Sun Astronomical Clock Tower, Puppypaw would be out and out of this game. But it's not down and out just yet because the Lancers are still trying to get rid of the trebuchets, but those are still going holding fast. No springalds on the map. You just get the feeling if Vortix committed to some springalds, he'd be able to keep hold of this keep, pun intended. This game is being frantically challenged here. Vortix could afford 3 keeps, but where can he put them? That is the case. He could go for a relatively aggressive one here, just where he took down the Puppypaw's one. That probably would never go up with the Zhugnu crossbowman there. Puppypaw looking to repair his landmark TC. He is actually on no TCs. That's actually kind of funny in a way, because the Chinese actually can't produce any villagers here. There's no TCs for Puppypaw. Villager count 114 for Puppypaw, 64 for Vortix. The keep does go down for Vortix, and he lost another one. Did he lose that keep? I'm not sure if he deleted that. We didn't quite see that, but I think he might have deleted it just in time. 4 trebuchets and Spring will have to go back now. Zhugnu in a lot of numbers and crossbows. Keep going defensively now. I think Vortix realizes he's so far behind in economy. Adding a second town centre, better late than never. But not necessarily actually true. You might want to invest it in military when you know that you're that far behind. But now, 20 villagers going forward. Wait, where are these guys going? Puppypaw decides, well, you want to be aggressive? I can show you what aggression is. He's going to go for a keep on the front line. Looking to have access to that gold. He is struggling for gold, actually. And that is the case. Well, she's got this gold he can rely on, but he wants to get the forward gold whilst he can. He's got the map control to do so. 4 trebuchets, 3 trebuchets, looking to take down the Barbican and the Sun. That's an issue. Keep trying to go up for Puppypaw, but he has to delete it. Can't get that up because of the keep that's there for Vortix. Alright, military pushing forward now. 2 trebuchets. Vortix having to go back packing. I feel like the momentum is certainly with Puppypaw now, especially with the eco lead behind this. 111 villagers versus 67. Militarized 44 for Puppypaw, 23 for Vortix. You get the feeling that this game is slipping out of Vortix's hand. The Chinese economy is starting to boom and starting to pay itself off. Villagers frantically repairing the Barbican and the Sun, buying some time. Blacksmith going down. Forward Blacksmith for the win. Guys, this game has been insane. Second game of the set, the best of 7. Puppypaw looking to take it. He looks pretty strong in a position to do that. Vortix not giving up just yet. He's got to keep there. Might be looking to get village fortresses, which should help him produce more villagers. Getting a couple of tower elephants on the field. You get the feeling that Delhi always have a chance in the castle age, but as the game goes on, post 30 minutes, you get the feeling that Delhi's Sultanate are going to struggle. because in the Imperial Age they notoriously aren't very good, whereas the Chinese are fantastic in the late game. Especially with the type of siege that they can produce from the astronomical clock tower. Villagers being sent by Puppypaw forward, maybe looking to repair the Barbican and Sun. I'm not sure they're going to get there in time, because there are only 2 trebuchets now. The Barbican and Sun does go down. It's actually going to repair it anyway. Forward barracks, maybe a switch here to palace guards. We'll need to check that out. And the issue is that Vortix never managed to take care of this eco. There's a lot of eco here. 23 villagers and an Imperial official. Actually, it's more than 23 villagers. A lot of economy here. 24, it seems. Siege workshop is up and running for Puppypaw behind a keep in the defensive position. Fort barracks going there so that in the fight he'll be able to get replenished army very quickly. Spearmen are coming out. They keep being put down just behind the Barbican where it was at least. Puppypaw slowly pushing out with a lot of map control, has to be said. Not going the sacred sites just yet. Perhaps we'll be looking to do that. Has a relic there that he could take, but Puppypaw obviously dealing with a lot at the moment. Okay, will we see a little bit of downtime? Holy smokes, this has been an intense game, ladies and gentlemen. They keep being put down by Vortix, but if he... the keep is going to be taken down. If the trebuchet is focus fired right now, that keep won't be built and he'll be losing that stone. Oh my god! No, Vortix! He's going to lose the keep. No, the trebuchets aren't focus firing on that. They are now. The keep goes down. He loses the stone. Vortix loses that stone. That is huge. And he can't get a keep of his own now. He's run out of stone. That is a lot of stone to have lost there. And Puppypaw smells blood now. He's going to decap the central sacred site and maybe take out the keep that's there already built. Trebuchets, 2 of them for Puppypaw. He's got springalds on the field. This is what we talked about earlier. Vortix didn't have those springalds to snipe the trebuchets, but Puppypaw does. The game looking even stronger for Puppypaw. Almost a population limit. 112 villagers for Puppypaw, 69 military, 71. 85 villagers for Vortix. So Vortix is catching up, especially I believe it's because of the... not even the village fortresses. He's got 2 town centres. Managing to keep up pretty nicely. Getting the economy farming at the back. And it's partly because, well, it is mostly because it's actually all because Puppypaw is only on 1 town centre here. But he does have the Song dynasty. So it's just a little bit more than 1 town centre. And to be honest, Puppypaw doesn't really need to produce any more villages. He's at full population capacity and he's got a decent economy behind this. Crossbows, springalds and trebuchets, as well as a couple of spears and Jugnu mixed in. That's the army composition of choice for Puppypaw, and that feels very hard to stop. 20 villagers looking to repair that keep. Vortix looking to try and build up a mass of tower elephants. This could be the last hurrah. Looking to get some scholars on the field as well, but it just doesn't seem like it's enough. A lot of army here going forward for Puppypaw. Puppypaw quite free to push the issue now because that maximum population. So he might as well, if he loses his army, it doesn't matter. He can replace them very, very quickly with the production buildings that are here. Waiting, just waiting, queued up with army to be deployed on the lands of Altai. Another forward keep going forward for Puppypaw. Looks like it will go up. It's being built by 13 villagers. And of course the Chinese villagers build very, very fast. Quite a few scholars here for Vortix. Will that hold the key to the win condition for him? I'm not so sure. 8 of them. Alright, that keeps going to be going down. And that's going to be kind of the last solid defense for Vortix. Vortix is going to be forced into a fight when he might not necessarily want to. And now Puppypaw free to move forward. No sacred sites taken by him despite having control of all 3. But he's in full control of this game, that's for sure. When you have reached your population capacity of 200, you know you're usually doing something right. We hear that sound of elephants being produced. Something going off on the south here. That is the key for Vortix. That keep will be going down. There's 2 trebuchets here in the middle. Focusing on that keep, and if that goes down, that's going to be a problem. That's certainly going to be one of the last defensive points for Vortix. Gold mine here running out relatively soon. Not sure where he can expand to. He has expanded on the left, and Puppypaw knows this. Maybe looking to wall that up. That's what he's looking to do. And he will see this now that it's scouted out. Puppypaw reaches the Imperial Age. That's going to be a huge tech upgrade. Vortix may need to push the issue now because He is stuck in Castle Age, ladies and gentlemen, and the longer he's stuck in Castle Age, it's just going to be out-teched. That's all it is. The upgrades are going to be coming in for Puppypaw relatively quickly. Population capacity, and he's actually backing off now. He's waiting for those upgrades to come, continuously repairing that Barbican of the Sun, buying himself some time. Those elephants went around the right side, looking to try to do damage on that main base, but won't be able to with a number of spearmen there. Lots of scholars. Scholars being focused by the spearmen with crossbows in behind. If Puppypaw takes out the scholars, then this is game over. Vortix diving in, looking to get some value any way he can. Springles are behind this as well, looking to take down the siege from the nest of bees. Decent number of Springles here for Vortix, has to be said. Scholars doing their work. Crossbows looking to go down, but elephants are going down as well. Not enough scholars here to heal them all up. And this is the key, I think, for the fight. We're not going to move anywhere else. This is the issue. This is where the action is happening. I think Puppypaw is struggling. He's actually struggling to clear this up. An elephant does go down though. In fact, there are only 2 elephants here, so there's only scholars. Scholars can't fight themselves. They're going to have to back off. There won't be enough here. Vortix does back off. He's going to cut his losses. Quite a lot of siege still on the field in the form of Springles, but Puppypaw pushes his back, and Puppypaw still at a decent population. He's lost a lot though. He has lost a lot of military, it has to be said. Puppypaw still quite happy here because he's had an eco lead for quite a bit of time. Look at that economy. 1,000 food, 1,000 gold, and climbing. And he's got the production building now in the midst of the Spirit Way. This is a fantastic landmark at this stage of the game because buildings near this landmark produce dynasty units at minus 30 cost. So if he goes for Jugnu, these guys are going to be even cheaper. He hasn't upgraded them to elite, so could be something to think about. Maybe setting himself for grenadiers if it gets that position. He's going for hand cannoneers and crossbows. Hand cannoneers certainly will do some work against the elephants, but there are scholars healing up. 2 trebuchets still firing at the Barbican of the Sun. 35 minutes on the clock, and I think if you're on Vortix, you feel like the pressure is on, you being still in Castle Age. No signs of going to the Imperial Age for Vortix, really, here. Just doesn't have the food economy to be able to get up to the Imperial Age and produce elephants. Looking to get a defensive keep, but will he lose this because there are 2 trebuchets? If Puppypaw is paying attention, he might be able to snipe this before it's even got up. Barbican of the Sun will be going down though, it's on fire. Scholar looking to get the Sacred Side. That's actually going to bring Puppypaw's focus of attention in that area. You're going to see the villagers. He's going to anticipate the keep. If the trebuchets fire on this, he's going to lose the second keep. Vortix, he might just lose it. The trebuchets will focus fire. I think he loses the keep. Will he delete it in time? It doesn't look like it. And he loses a second keep for the game. That's another 800 stone, ladies and gentlemen. 1,600 stone lost by Vortix. You feel like that's got to be the last straw for Vortix, because that was painful to lose that amount of stone. 2 keeps worth. And he doesn't have the military to back this up. Defenses are no longer there for Vortix. It means Puppypaw can push. He's just saving up for his army, it seems. But doing a great job of spending resources is Puppypaw. That's for sure. It doesn't have much in the bank. It's not hoarding anything. At least not as much as Vortix. You hear, I think there's a bombard there. There might be a bombard just behind the keep, possibly. Nope. Yeah, there is. There's a bombard there. And 2 trebuchets. That's going to be fantastic for Puppypaw to push with siege now. The push is coming in. Vortix, you get the feeling he's slowly being pushed out of this game, slowly being strangled, might be losing the second game of the set. Vortix playing as the Delhi is not able to push this issue, and there it is, there's the GG. Vortix calls it, he's not able to defeat the Chinese on Altai with the Delhi Sultanate. Vortix goes 2-0 down. Puppypaw looking to be in control of this set so far. We shall see if Vortix will be able to pull one back. He has to. He has to be able to have a chance. He does still have a few more games left, but if he loses a third one in a row, that's going to be tough to come back from. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 3 of the Grand Finals for the Red Bull Wololo Legacy, or the Road to It, the June Finals. Hosted by EGCTV, in the southeast corner of the map, we've got Vortix playing in blue as the French. And in the northwest corner of the map, we've got Puppypaw playing in red as the Delhi Sultanate. Puppypaw has got a 2-0 game lead. And this is a best of 7, so Vortix will need a reply, and he will need a reply very quickly, because if he goes 3-0 down, then Vortix would need a reverse sweep to be able to win this final. And that will be a tall order. Not impossible, statistically not impossible, but would be a very big challenge. And a player like Puppypaw, you know, you don't get the feeling that they'll lose that many games in a row at this level, but you never know. You just never know, because you also wouldn't think that Vortix would lose 3 games in a row. So we shall see. The Delhi versus the French on Lipini. And it has to be said that Puppypaw is playing as the Delhi, which is often very commonly used on this map, primarily because of the fact that you've got two sacred sites, which are usually quite close to each other on the map. Has to be said though, this is not wallable in terms of the sacred sites easily. Sometimes on Lipini you get little cliffs and ridges, which you can wall to the edge of the map, and it's pretty safe for the sacred sites, but this is definitely not. This is actually probably one of the most, I think this is the most open Lipini map I've seen ever. It's a little bit, in fact I have to check, is this even Lipini? It is indeed Lipini. Holy smokes, okay, I wasn't expecting that. There's no way to wall these up, and that's pretty surprising. Not often the case, but in any case, we do see the mosque now being built by Puppypaw, looking to get those researchers in. Hopefully he gets the wheelbarrow on time. He does. He gets the wheelbarrow instantly. We saw that Vortix missed out on that on Altai in the last game for a little while. He did get it in the end, but missed out on a little bit of efficiency there. Vortix going with the French. We've seen Vortix play French before very competently, so this could be a tough game for Puppypaw. Puppypaw is no slouch himself, of course. The French notoriously known to be incredibly strong in the feudal age, but I would say that Delhi are also no slouches because they benefit from having efficient production, which allows the scholars to garrison the military buildings, boosting their production speed by 100%. You kind of get a 2-for-1 on the production buildings, saving you 150 odd wood per production building that's garrisoned, and that's not to be snuffed at in the feudal age in the early game anyway, at least. And we do see now Vortix going up to the next stage. I am sure it's going to be the School of Cavalry, and it is indeed the School of Cavalry. The Delhi Sultanate a little bit further away from that age up and the tech that it brings. I suspect it's going to be the Dome of the Faith. It nearly always is. The scouts looking just to see where the sacred sites are. It is just 2 scouts. Well, it's 2 scouts actually, which is very nice of the Delhi Sultanate for Puppypaw, because it's going to look to deny the sheep for the French, which is often what they do go for with 2 scouts themselves, and that's exactly what's happening here. The 2 scouts for Vortix looking to harass the villagers on gold. Dome of the Faith it is for the Delhi Sultanate, played by Puppypaw. Right, hope you guys are enjoying the grand finals here. I certainly am. A long way to go till this is finished though, unless Puppypaw wins the next 2 games, but you get the feeling that Vortix will have something to say about that. 2 scouts there, looking to harass the villagers on gold. Scholar coming out to heal those villagers. Maintaining the production of scholars will be key, and in order to do that, he's got to have access to the gold. As you can see, quite a lot of sheep here for Puppypaw, has to be said. And that's fantastic for him, not only because it's a food source. Of course, he's going to rely more on the berries, but that just denies the French the sheep more than anything. There aren't that many sheep underneath the town centre for Vortix. That could become a problem. The scouts there are going to harass the villagers there for Vortix, and there are no scholars here to heal those guys up. There's going to have to bring them back home. That's going to be idle time, walking distance for those villagers. And there is the age up for Vortix. He gets there with the School of Cavalry. Knights are going to be coming out relatively soon to protect that position. And again, where are the sheep for Vortix? He just doesn't have it. Vortix is struggling here for food, and that's not what you want to be doing with the French. It really looks like Puppypaw got the rub of the green of the sheep there. And that's the benefit of going 2 town centres to match the French with the 2 town centres. Not 2 town centres, sorry. 2 scouts. This is huge. Vortix has to go to berries, and that's not ideal to transition to berries so early for Vortix. But he has no choice. And he's getting some knights on the field. Barracks going down there, looking to produce some spearmen in defence. We'll need to do that quickly because the knights will be moving forward. But Puppypaw, I think he's going to keep an eye on that. I think he saw the knight. But he may need to pull the villagers out there. Let's get the spearman out. Where will the spearman go? Will he prioritise the gold or the berries? Only has 1. Tough choice. But it is being supervised now, that barracks. So he's going to get 2 spearmen and then the hardened spearman upgrade. The knight's going to look to get a charge attack on the villagers in gold, but Puppypaw reacts to it. He's aware that this might be happening. Spearman looking to chase. Spearman successfully pushed that away. Blacksmith going down for those free upgrades. Standard openings here for both players. Puppypaw does lose a scout though to the knights. And I like what Vortix is doing here, keeping a scout in the stealth forest just to keep a vision on what's going on here. One spearman moving around to the berries, doesn't want to leave that part exposed. Blacksmith is been put down, is going for bloomery first. And then iron undermesh. Anticipating maybe an archer range follow-up, and you tend to get that with the French. There's going to be a second town centre here, actually. Vortix does this. He gets the second town centre, wants that economy play, and who could blame him with the French? They're incredibly strong. Especially when they get the economy rolling. Looks like the Delhi Sultan looking to wall up here with the spearman. I like this because it's a relatively minimal wood investment, but it offers the ability just to focus the spearmen, which are static defenses, so they don't have the ability just to run around everywhere. They're just being pulled away. No charge attack on that knight being discharged, and a wall across here will really narrow the opportunity for an attack for Vortix. It's very open here on the west side though, has to be said, so Vortix could just cycle through. Knight's looking to take some village on the goal, but there are 3 spearmen there looking to get some damage. They do get some damage on Vortix. Don't forget as well, the blacksmith upgrades are coming in. Bloomery will be coming in shortly. And on the west side there is a knight there, going to be hit by the hardened spearman. The spearman does go down though, not enough there. Arrow fire affecting things as well. We shall see if Vortix will be investing in chivalry to heal these knights up anytime soon. Ooh, a second town centre going on the forward area there. Puppypaw will see this. There are villagers taking out the deer as the foundation of the town centre is being placed. Spearman chasing away the knights. Needs to keep an eye on that. Okay, a couple of spearmen there in the stealth forest there for Puppypaw just to reduce the free access to the front of his base. Knights are cycling around. And there's the mobility. That's where it's going to count. Villagers may need to be pulled back because they won't be able to take that knight, and it's going to be a bit of time before the hardened spearmen catch up. They're not particularly fast in pursuit. And again, the knights are running around everywhere. The spearmen do catch up though. Vortix loses a knight for free. And again, getting hit by the spearmen, losing valuable HP, and loses another knight. This is sloppy from Vortix. He's going to lose another one. Okay, he just managed to get away with that, but that is pretty sloppy. He does have 2 town centres. We'll be able to build the knight numbers back up if he has a solid economy, but this is not what he would want. Scholar, he's going to be going down for Puppypaw. Won't be able to get the central sacred sites. Going for the southern one. Does have an outpost there as well to protect. I think on the balance of things, Puppypaw definitely getting the rub of the green in the field edge so far. Killing a lot of the units. These knights don't come cheap. Oh, looks like it's contesting the sacred site with a knight. Does get a charge attack. Will the scholar survive? Just about. Vortix doing well to contest that sacred site before it gets captured, but the central sacred site looks to be almost taken there. It's going to be, well, actually, I say that, he's only just started capturing it. There is a knight there with chivalry looking to take that scholar out, but there are 4 spearmen, and that's the important part. Because I don't believe we have an archery range just yet. Actually, we have 2. We have 2 archer ranges for Vortix, but the archers are now just starting to come out. They will do great work against the spearmen, but looks like the central sacred site will be taken. Scout unfortunately going to be losing his life unless he pays attention. Vortix, watch out. You're going to lose the knight as well. He loses the knight as well. Holy smokes, that's expensive. And now, pushing this back with 3 spearmen, this knight losing a lot of health. Scholar will be taking the south sacred site as well, or the west one I should say. Central sacred site won't be able to be taken by Puppypaw because of the archers. And Puppypaw relinquishes that position, but it's going to be content taking the southern sacred site or western sacred site. Horseman, Vortix is going to lose villagers on the berries, and he doesn't notice. We talked about how it's exposed, and it is very exposed. It's going to lose a couple of villagers. Oh my god, it's going to lose a lot of villagers. At least 5 or 6 I suspect. Vortix is not recognizing this. This is a problem. He is the French. He'll be able to produce villagers again and very quickly, but this is not ideal. There's a lot of food economy going down with this. And that central sacred site, he's just keeping an eye on this. He's using the archers to micro the spearmen, but little does he know, his berries have completely been decimated. He's going to look back and he's going to wonder, where did those villagers go? Unfortunately, they went deep underground in the lush valleys of Lipini. Puppypaw building up a large number of army there in the stealth forest, keeping them nice and secure. Looks like he's going for horsemen here, which is the right play, obviously, against the archers. Horseman Spearman is the play here for Puppypaw. going on stone here. Maybe looking to get those arrow slits upgrades, which he is actually getting on the outpost there. Looking to get some more value here on the southern part of Vortix's base. Idling the economy, getting a villager there as well for good measure. Denying the blacksmith. The key thing here is that blacksmith is really important for the French because they'd get bloomery for free. Those knights haven't had bloomery for quite some time. Puppypaw looking to get some value against the archers, diving in underneath the town centre. Despite 10 villagers garrisoned inside, the villagers do pop out. I'm not entirely sure why. And the horsemen are looking to try and get some value, but they do have to back off because there's just not enough of them. I'm not sure if that was worth it in the end. In any case, might have been a bit of distraction because this blacksmith is being torched down by 3 horsemen. Villagers looking to maybe rush it up. Nope. Horsemen are going to take some value again off the villagers. The villagers are not reacting. Vortix, you're going to lose some more villagers again, just like you did in the berry patches. Holy smokes, there is a knight being sent. That will clear it up, but not without casualties. And the central sacred site has been captured by Puppypaw with the 3 scholars. Archers and knights looking to decap it though relatively quickly. Now horseman does go down, but lots of villagers lost, a lot of them on low HP as well, so if another raid comes in, that'll be a lot of other villagers going down. 42 villagers for Vortix at the moment, 39 for Puppypaw. But despite being on 2 town centres, only 3 villagers advantage. That is incredible. Don't forget, the sacred sites has been under control for Puppypaw, so that's a better economy already for Puppypaw. Producing from the arch range and the stable, both being garrisoned with a scholar, effectively making this double arch range, double stable. Rams are on the field now. Of course, siege engineering is free, just needs to take time to research it. Looks like it's going to be a ram rush. Feudal age ram rush for the Puppypaw, playing as a Delhi Sultan, looking to get the right sacred site as well. That gold trickle is going to be very nice for Puppypaw. We've got 600 gold in the bank. Could even just stop producing horsemen for now and get up to the next stage if he wishes. Because he is continuing to produce double stable, effectively, horsemen. Looking to get that right sacred site and wall it up with infantry. This is a nice touch because once it gets a sacred site, this is well protected for a long period of time. And if Vortix does move, this is such a nice play by Puppypaw, because if Vortix moves, if he moves to try and deny the sacred site, if he moves a significant proportion of his army, then he will be caught out on the central area of the base. But instead, Vortix looking to go on the aggressive. He's actually going to snipe, or try to snipe a couple of villagers on the gold mine, but villagers are going to garrison in. Knights going to dive underneath the town centre. Can't really do that for too long. Archers there in behind looking to snipe the spearmen. Horsemen are being pulled back, and actually Vortix might be caught out here. There are a lot of archers there for Puppypaw, but the knights will take the fight effectively here. And then 2 knights will dive on the archers. This is bad for Puppypaw. He has to pull his archers back. He can't really take the fight. He's going to have to back off with the horsemen, play it defensively for now until he gets more spearmen. There are 2 spearmen on the field, so if he turns around and fights now, those 2 spearmen will certainly help. It looks like they're being microed down by the archers for Vortix. This is a really good fight for Puppypaw. Fighting underneath the town centre with the spearmen as well. Only 4 knights left. A lot of horsemen on the field. Puppypaw taking the better engagement. 24 military for Vortix, 35 for Puppypaw. This is insane how Puppypaw is maintaining production. He's got 900 gold. He gets to the next stage, which he could afford pretty quickly. Another knight might go down for free for Vortix, which is not ideal. Certainly loses an archer for free. The central sacred site being contested. Puppypaw won't mind that too much. It takes another knight. This is great value for the spearmen. Got 2 sacred sites under his control so far. That's a lot of gold income. That's 300 gold per minute for free. And he still has access to the sacred site. He still has it. He's been able to push this army back. Vortix taking really bad engagements there. Puppypaw looking aggressive in the feudal age and looking almost close to get up to the castle age himself. Vortix nowhere near. He's investing a lot in knights. He's lost a lot of knights cheaply as well. That's not going to be helpful for him. Getting a couple of archers in the stealth forest. Nice addition. Nice strategy there for Vortix just to see what's coming his way. Horsemen looking to go down the south. Is he going to go for a raiding party again? Because holy smokes, would that work well for him. Villagers going rather far forward to the berries. Knight looking to contest that sacred site, but there are arrow slits in that outpost. Still, the knight probably shouldn't worry about it too much, although he probably will because it is just a royal knight. A feudal age unit will be able to decap the sacred site, but might lose the knight in the process. Guys, this game is heating up, and I think there's the tech up. There's the tech up for Puppypaw. He's going up with a stable as well as the House of Learning. So if Puppypaw goes for knights, technically he'll have the better knights for quite a period of time, especially if he gets honed blades. We should see what he decides to do. I mean, going up with the castle age at this period of time is going to be fantastic for him. Vortix is nowhere near it. And the military count for Puppypaw is huge as well. 40 is actually more. So he'll be able to defend himself pretty well for now. Yeah, he is raiding the woodline again with that horseman. He's going to get more villager picks here. Not ideal for Vortix. 51 villagers for Puppypaw, 62 for Vortix. Okay, berries looking to be taken by Puppypaw. Getting an outpost as well. Probably we need 2 because he's got 16 villagers there. Each outpost can only garrison 5 villagers. This won't be enough for all 16. There is the castle age time. Now this is where he might be vulnerable. You sense that Vortix is going to be aggressive here because he knows he won't want to let those castle age upgrades, which are free by the way, for Puppypaw to come in. You hear the jingle jangle of the relics. Looks like Puppypaw looking to get those relics back home for that extra gold income. There is one of them. Wait, why is there a plus sign? Why is that? That's a bit weird. Must be a bug. Yep, in any case, the knights are pushing forward, going to attack the villages on the berries. There's not enough space in that one outpost. We discussed it earlier. These royal knights looking to do some damage. Archers in behind. Puppypaw looking to defend his position, not wanting to rush in until he gets the castle age units and upgrades. Horseman there, but he wants to upgrade this veteran, taking bad engagement, just running past the archers. Archers doing a bit of damage, losing one horseman. And here come the relics. A couple of outposts being put down. Lancers going forward. You don't want to go forward into this fight. We'll die instantaneously if he does. Puppypaw pulls back. He just needs to hold on. That's all he needs to do here. Another lance going forward. My friend, you need to fix the rally point. Holy smokes, loses a knight for free. Not ideal. Puppypaw defending at this point with the 5 villagers in each outpost that's there. Archers looking to snipe these spearmen and scholars. I think Puppypaw is going to be forced into an engagement, but he does have the home advantage. Lancers popping out as well. I think overall, if you're Puppypaw, you're not too worried about this fight because you're on the castle age. Units will be better. Not sure he has much of the upgrades though. They're so slow to come in. Spearmen being micro down by the archers. Puppypaw just trying to buy some time. He needs to get those lancers on the field, and he needs them now. Puppypaw struggling for the food, has to be said, and the gold. Just relying on the passive gold income here, but he has a lot of relics coming in. There's the 4th. 3rd rather, actually. On the right side now. Are these villagers? Yeah, these are villagers. Vortix looking to siege us down with the villagers. I'm not sure why the villagers... Oh, okay, it's because of the berries. Going for the berries there. Another outpost going down for Puppypaw, looking to get the gold income. This is a problem for Vortix. It's actually giving Puppypaw breathing space. This is not what you want to do. I think if Vortix is nowhere near... He's absolutely nowhere near the castle age. He can't be giving this breathing space. Because the longer it gives for Puppypaw to stay in castle age without being punished, means more lancers on the field, means more tech upgrades, means a greater chance of winning. He takes a good fight here, good charge attack against the horsemen. These are simple horsemen, not veteran. Archer's going to continue the chase as well. But Puppypaw will see this, and he might look to challenge that actually. The southern corner looks like looking to contest this sacred site again, but again the arrow slits will be doing a lot of damage on that knight, maybe needing 2 knights now rather than just 1. Knights are going to siege down that gate and decap the sacred site, but Puppypaw won't mind too much. He's got a lot of value from it already. He's going to go... Wow, there's a lot of food here. 2 berry patches, 2 outposts being built, looking to secure that position with static defenses. Lancers are coming forward, looking to deny this gold mine. This is what we said. He saw that, and this is exactly what he's doing. He's pushing the issue here with lancers and archers of his own. The lancers are just so much better for Puppypaw here. The knight numbers are large. Vortix coming in with another horde of knights on the left side, looking to flank his opponent, looking to take down the scholars. Scholars going to be a little bit of a distraction. Villagers are dying left, right, and center. But I think if you're Puppypaw, you can't focus on the villagers because the French will produce them quickly. Puppypaw healing up the lancers. The lancers taking a relatively good trade against the knights. Holy moly, the scholars will be going down though soon because the archers here are taking them out one by one. And you get the feeling the Vortix has pushed us back. The archer numbers here are great for Vortix. And Puppypaw loses so much. 37 military for Vortix. Only 25 for Puppypaw. Puppypaw needs to mass up again. Where is his army? He has got 27 on the field. There they are. They are raiding the horse. The horsemen are raiding that woodline again. This has been a problem for Vortix for such a long time. He's been under a lot of pressure. He's not paying attention. He's paying attention more on the north, what's happening here. But this is all just a diversion because Vortix is losing villagers here and fast. Vortix down to 60 villagers. Puppypaw at 58. He's equalized the village count despite the French being on 2 town centers and they're French TCs. These guys produce villagers even faster. He's still not noticing. Holy smokes, the lancers are diving in. Villagers, so many. It's an absolute massacre. Vortix is slowly losing grip on this, and he calls the GG. He notices he's thrown so many villagers away. They died on that wood line. And with that, Puppypaw takes the series to 3-0. Match point for Puppypaw. Vortix is going to need a reverse sweep in order to win this final. We are back in action, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 4 for this grand final between Puppypaw and Vortix. Puppypaw in pole position. He's got 3 wins under his belt. Vortix is going to need a reverse sweep in order to be able to secure his position, at least at this attempt, to the Castle Heidelberg location for the main event for Red Bull Wololo Legacy. This could be the start of a reverse sweep. We'll need to see. It's going to be tough for Vortix, but look, Vortix didn't get here by beating easy opponents. He has beaten the best of the best to try and get here. And I'm sure he's not willing to give it up that easy. This is going to be 4 lakes. This could be match, well, this is match point for Puppypaw. If he wins this, he wins. And he would secure his position in the main event. On the west side of the map, we've got Puppypaw playing in blue as the French. And in the southeast corner of the map, we have got Vortix, who's got a mountain to climb in this set, playing in red as the Abbasid dynasty. 4 lakes is the map, and the Abbasid dynasty will be taking advantage of their cheaper docks, getting that fishing ship nice and early. Puppypaw playing as the French, getting his dock up now. Will need a bit of time to get that fishing ship out. He clicks it immediately. It should be an interesting matchup, actually. I feel like the Abbasid dynasty is a little bit stronger in this particular map because of their cheaper docks, and also because of the fresh foodstuffs upgrade. Means that their cheaper villages will, the food income will be pretty amazing for Vortix, that's for sure, in the Abbasid dynasty. Puppypaw, on the other hand, playing as the French, will have a faster working town centre. And that's certainly something that will help him. But we'll see how this one pans out. Scout there for Vortix, just looking to harass that dock. Scout coming in for Puppypaw, gets the first hit, and so Vortix will need to back off from that fight. Won't be able to win it. Let's take a look what the scouts are for Vortix, because he's struggling with sheep. There they are. 6 of them being brought back home. He needs to bring them back pretty fast. Actually, there's another one there anyway, so they won't run out. Decent number of sheep, though. Decent number of sheep for Vortix as well, though. So it begins, guys. This last, well, potentially last game. I don't want to call it like that just yet. I mean, look, Vortix, he could pull this off. It would be one of the sets of the century, or, well, one of the best sets we've ever seen in Age of Empires 4 if he's able to pull off a reverse sweep. Going out to gold now. That's Puppypaw we're talking about. Vortix comes back with 2 scouts this time on the dock, looking to harass that position. No House of Wisdom just yet for Vortix. Continues to produce fishing ships. 3.5 minutes in. Puppypaw doing the same. Now, of course, you have to bear in mind on 4 lakes when you commit to water and docks and fishing ships, it will, of course, inevitably delay your uptime. Primarily because you're using your villagers to go on wood, and so there's less to go on food and gold. Good number of fishing ships here now for Puppypaw, 5 in total. 5 in total for Vortix as well. 6th one just popped out there. Looks like Puppypaw is probably going to be the first one to click up to the next stage. Almost there with the food. Pretty much there with the gold. Oh, villager went out here on the south pond as well, so Vortix looking to commit to 2 lakes. That's a little bit greedy, but could pay off. Especially if he can defend himself against the French, he'll need to do that. One thing that's quite nice about the map for Vortix is if he walls up here to the edge, that offers him a lot of protection, guys. A lot of protection. Then he can wall to the town centre on the wood line here. And that will really protect his eco. Apart from the gold, that's an issue. But actually, the base is actually looking quite nice for Vortix. If he walls to the edge here, walls to the town centre, this is a very nice spawn for Vortix indeed. But will he get those walls up in time before nights start to pop by? Remains to be seen. scout looking to deny that villager docking on the North Pond. And Puppypaw not able to get that second dock up. Has 7 fishing ships on the initial pond. 8 for Vortix. But the key issue is that there are fishing ships on the south as well. 3 of them to be exact. And now Vortix looking to build that House of Wisdom. Will be ready to go up to the next stage relatively soon. Almost has the gold income for it. Sending 4 villagers. 5 villagers on gold. Could be a fast castle build for Vortix. Could be pretty greedy actually. Because, you know, French Knights might be on the way very soon. This villager, holy smokes, being sent forward. Maybe to do a cheeky dock. On the south pond maybe. Or even in the primary pond for Vortix. And the scouting really on point here for Vortix. He started off this game very well. And he needs things to go his way. Because this is match point for Puppypaw. There is the age up for the French. French building a Royal Knight as you'd expect. Going for an archery range as well. So Puppypaw looking to be aggressive in feudal age. Which is not to be surprised because French are pretty strong in the feudal age. So it makes sense that's the case. Puppypaw looks to want to just seal this one. Seal the deal. But he is a professional gamer. He will know that Vortix always has a chance until he wins this last game. That he needs to win to complete the set. Puppypaw notices this dock action. This is a bit of an issue because Vortix doesn't have anything to defend this. Has had a bit of an investment with 5 fishing ships. That's quite a hefty investment, especially when you include the dock cost as well, although the dock is half price for the Abbasid dynasty. Nevertheless, Vortix doesn't actually have anything in the way of military to defend this position. Has a barracks with a couple of spearmen popping out, but those spearmen will be looking to be defensive at home, or maybe going forward actually. Yeah, looks like he's going to look to try and defend the dock position because there is a scout there, but that would potentially the early night ability to raid. But good scouting again for Vortix on this match because he's got the knight in his sights. 2 villagers looking to dock this pond, the southern pond. He wants this. Puppypaw really wants this dock. Oh, a villager. Oh, that's a longbow actually. Oh, this is an issue for Vortix because now. So not a longbow, an archer, because the archer might start to pick apart these spearmen. Spearmen looking to take down the villagers building the dock. The dock will go up though. Vortix now reaches the feudal age. We'll need to double down and be aggressive though. He's got a stable going up and running. That dock will go up and now maybe a dhow. Yeah, the dhow is going to be produced from this dock slightly earlier than the attack ship for Puppypaw. In fact, Puppypaw hasn't queued anything just yet. Actually on this dock. He has got a waypoint there but not producing anything just yet. That could be an issue because the dhow coming up first for Vortix could be key. But the thing is that the French have the Hulk. This is a really strong unit. All the other civilizations only get the Hulk in the Castle Age. Well, the civilizations that get the Hulk anyway, they get it in Castle Age. Double stable for Vortix. Chivalry has been completed for Puppypaw, looking to maximize the value he gets from the knights. The dhow looking to put some pressure on the dock, but the French is a very interesting pick on 4-lates because if they can dock, they will usually win the waters in feudal age. Almost no doubt in my mind about that. 9 villages on gold. He's doubling down. Looks like he's going to produce a lot of those knights. Maybe even go for a fast castle behind that, or fast-ish castle. Ooh, we see knights looking to try and deny the initial dock here. Well, hang on a minute. Yeah, the initial dock here for Vortix. Trying to siege down that. Wonder if Vortix is going to move his spears. Probably will. He's got 4 of them and a horseman. Looks like he's going to look to deny that now. He's getting a blacksmith as well to add in the upgrades. 4 spearmen going to rush in. Will Vortix be able to snipe a knight? It looks like it. Oh, just pulls away there. Now, the fact that Puppypaw has chivalry is really key there because that knight will be able to heal himself up. Here is the Hulk looking to damage the fishing ships. Holy smokes. This is going to need incredible micro if he's going to be able to survive this Vortix. And he's actually using the fishing ships to heal up his dhows. 1 dhow goes down and that's going to be a problem now because that Hulk is going to take some really big value. 3 knights looking to suck around. Outpost rush coming in for Puppypaw as well. This is an issue. Vortix is going to be pushed off of gold with this outpost. Arrow slits may be coming in. Not entirely sure actually. No, it's not because he doesn't have any stone income. But he's doing everything else fantastically well. The Hulk is being repaired by the dock. This dock is on fire and that's a problem for Vortix. He needs to send a villager to repair, but look at that. Puppypaw keeping a knight there on guard just to see if there's a villager coming forward and he'll snipe it. This is looking rough for Vortix. This is a must-win game for Vortix, by the way. Villagers now going towards the berries, I think some of them. Maybe going to the gold. I mean, he sees this, he might want to siege us down actually. I think that's what Vortix is going to do. He hasn't got the torches out. He's going for the gold first. He's going to notice it now if he didn't already. I mean, he did see that. Vortix, you going to do something about that? Backs off. Hulk. Basically clearing up this pond. This pond will belong to Puppypaw. A lot of fishing ships here for Vortix though. 9 of them. The food economy is still rumbling. That outpost does go up, and this is a problem. Vortix is not being able to get his gold. Puppypaw gonna take Vortix's gold here, and Puppypaw has a lot of gold here. Would be able to. I was getting raided. Vortix rushing in with horsemen and spearmen, taking villagers left, right, and center. This is an issue for Puppypaw because Puppypaw has nothing in defense here. Horsemen gonna idle the economy. 20 villagers idle at the moment. Some villagers, no space in the town center, will be going down. Horsemen getting good value here, and yeah, I think for Vortix now you probably need to back away from this, but he did get some good value. In the meantime though, the Knights are going to push that dock there on the right side. Vortix will not want to lose that fishing economy, that is for sure. He needs to do something about that. Villager going out here towards the gold mine. And Puppypaw struggling here. Doesn't have any villagers on gold at the moment. But neither does Vortix, to be fair. But the army that Vortix is producing doesn't rely on gold. The issue with going full spears here without any horsemen in behind is that 2 archers there will be able to do a lot of damage by kiting. There is a horseman there, but that horseman's actually going forward, looking to get value on the front lines rather than heading back. A lot of horsemen there. Numbers starting to build up for Vortix. Feudal Age army. This is the power of fresh foodstuffs we're seeing here. Chivalry will be enough to keep that knight alive. Only 1 fishing ship here for Puppypaw though. Doesn't have the wood to be able to invest in more at the moment. Oh, good charge attack there for the knights. Absolutely decimates that horseman for Vortix. Vortix might need to address this sooner or later because he's going to run out of food underneath the town centre. Then he'll be fully reliant on this dock, and he needs to keep that dock alive. Horsemen now looking to get some value against the knights. They are faster. Maybe looking to get another raid. Let's take a look at the villager count because the French do have the faster working town centre. 53 economy for Vortix. 47 for Puppypaw. So actually Vortix has more economy units. Looking to snipe the archers and the berry villagers. This is good value for Vortix, keeping a lot of the economy idle. 2 villagers do go down. Just about. Look at the number of spearmen here, looking to defend that dock, and it is needed. It looks desperate, but it's needed. Vortix ducking and diving with the horsemen. A lot of army here for Vortix. 21 military for Puppypaw, 26 Vortix. It just feels like Vortix has a lot more for some reason. 3 knights there. With Chivalry healing up, looking to take that dock. Vortix needs to repair that. As soon as Vortix moves his army out of position on this dock, the knights sweep in. Spearmen are going on the front line, looking to actually pick up the berries there in the middle of the map. He has the army to be able to do so. A lot of villagers going there, 16 of them. Needs to be careful to keep his army nearby, because if he gets sniped by the knights, that could be GG. Going to push forward with the spearmen and the horsemen, looking to press the issue. I think Aristots might be coming in. Yeah, Aristots are in these outposts, so this will need to be dealt with. The Abbasid dynasty can build siege on the land for not for free, but as in without siege engineering. They get siege engineering for free. The horsemen are going to dive in with the spearmen, looking to get some value. 8 villagers are idled by this. Villagers on gold rushing up at an outpost. I'm not sure that will go up in time. Horsemen looking to dive at the archers. Spearmen getting involved as well. The archers will take care of the archers, but at what cost? The town centre firing at the spearmen. Spearmen's are low on health. 2 go down in 1 volley almost. And the outpost does go up for the French in the middle. This is what we talked about. 3 outposts do go up. And they are garrisoning the villages, but some die, and this is it, the idle economy. This is so risky to head out so far forward on the berries. I'm not sure if it was worth it. It does have a lot of horsemen there looking to siege down this outpost. Doesn't have Aristots, but does have 5 villagers garrisoned. 5 villagers garrisoning the woodline, 12 in the primary town centre for Puppypaw. A whole lot of idle economy, 51 economy, 22 of them idle though for Puppypaw. 54 for Vortix, none of them idle now, because these ones have popped out. And holy smokes, those 3 knights, 2 of them do go down to the spears. The dock stays alive. Puppypaw looking to invest in more fishing ships in the southern dock. Has quite a few on the western dock. At least 13 odd. And Vortix going to the north pond. That's going to even up the pond situation, that's for sure. And Vortix already looking quite strong in the feudal age. Really doubling down on horseman production. There were quite a few knights building up there back at home for Puppypaw, and certainly enough to defend with. Chivalry kicking in to heal them up. This is the staging ground here, really. The 3 outposts for Vortix to stage his attack. A lot of weak horsemen there. Knights are cycling around, looking to get some value now. Especially on that woodland, which is relatively unguarded. Going on stone, maybe for a second town center and a keep, actually. It looks like it's going to be a keep drop for Vortix. 540 on the board for stone. Needs a couple more. And we'll be able to afford that keep. And if that goes down forward on that economy, especially that gold. The gold situation is an issue. For Puppypaw, because that's his supply of knights that he needs. He needs the gold. Knights are going to dive the woodline. Going to get some value here. 1 villager will go down, maybe even 2. And maybe in a 3rd. Maybe even a 4th. Vortix needs to run home with these villagers. A 4th does go down. Oh, that one's going to be going down as well. 5th dies. That's a good raid for Puppypaw. Doesn't lose a single knight. These knights will run away. I say won't lose one, but his second town center almost being built. Oh, this is such a good raiding party for Puppypaw. Delays the second town center. Spearmen in chase, but never will catch up. Horsemen on chase as well. They potentially will catch up. And look at the village count now. 54 for Puppypaw, 55 for Vortix. So Puppypaw with that raid did so much damage. Northern Dock not able to produce any efficient ships at the moment. No wood for Vortix. Absolutely no wood at all. And this is a staging ground. Look at the military numbers though. Very impressive for Vortix. 27 for Puppypaw, 38 for Vortix. Spearmen and horsemen are on the menu. Looking to actually bring the knights in, but won't be able to take... Actually, Vortix take the fight. Gonna try and trap them. He's trapped them, the spearmen. This is fantastic from Vortix. He's trapped the knights, and the spearmen again to get the shots off. Puppypaw loses all of his knights there in one foul swoop. Vortix with the great micro there. He traps them with the horsemen and brings the spearmen to clear it all up. Another group of army though for Puppypaw, mostly consisting of archers. Doubling down on the archers, he needs to get rid of the spearmen. That's the main problem here. Despite the mobility of the knights, when you've got micro like that you can trap those knights with the horsemen, that's fantastic. A new age begins for Vortix. Vortix in the castle age, that's actually a big problem for Puppypaw. And it's not like Vortix has gone up to the next stage without an economy. He's got a booming economy. He's got 900 food, 200 gold. We'll need a bit more gold though, to be fair, but he's got stables going up. He'll be able to produce a lot of units and fast with this food income, that's for sure. Vortix might be starting something here. He's looking strong in this 4th game. If he pulls one back, that could be the start of something special. We'd love to see it for sure, but not Puppypaw, I'm sure. Puppypaw feels like he probably wants to just see this one out. 3 games ahead. Last one he needs. Puppypaw going to move out with his knights and archers again. Needs to be careful not to get trapped again with those horsemen. He's going to look to take out the villagers on the barriers. Will Vortix react in time? It looks like it. It's going to garrison the villagers. Loses 1, loses 2 to the charge from the knights. Effectively good value there for Puppypaw, but we shall see if Vortix is able to take those barriers again. And this is the issue. Lancers are on the field for Vortix. Castle Age units going to be sweeping around. If they can head into that wood line, that'll be a major issue for Puppypaw. Looking for a raid, I suspect, is Vortix. Going to head forward with those horsemen and knights, lancers rather, and there is the keep. Going to solidify this position. There are deer here to be taken as well. This is going to be the staging ground for Vortix. This could be a way back into the series for him. Puppypaw notices the dock on the north. They're going to be taking that down with only 2 fishing ships. Vortix not able to capitalize on that position, but he won't mind too much, it seems. He's got a good position here with that keep. Going to be raiding, as we said, with the horsemen and the lancers, but Vortix will react. Sorry, Puppypaw will react to that. That's the guild hall. Puppypaw looking to go up with the guild hall. I don't know about that call, because this game doesn't look like it's going to go to the late game. This game looks like Vortix wants to finish it now, and he has the tools to do so because he's got lancers. There are a couple of horsemen here, but that's not going to be enough. Puppypaw is the one switching into spearmen. Now Vortix needs to back off. Vortix might even himself drop some archery ranges after seeing those spearmen. But to be fair, these are lancers. These are castle age units. Spearman there, looking to push the knights away. Does lose the dock though. Let's take a look at the villager count, because Vortix does have 2 town centers now. 75 villagers to 62. Puppypaw lagging on the villager count, lagging on the age, and also he's actually a little bit ahead on the military. Got to give him something, but in any case, he is getting up to the castle age with the guild hall. Bit of an awkward choice, because the guild hall will take some time to really have an effect. The Royal Institute could have been a nice addition. But we shall see Puppypaw making that choice. Will he regret it, or will he actually be incredibly happy with that decision at the end of this game? We shall see. 3 barracks going down and a siege workshop, all in this position near the keep. Puppypaw will want to delay this game as much as he can so that he can take maximum effect of that guild hall. But he has only 1 town centre, and that's an issue. He's on a timer here. Lance is going to dive in with the horsemen. Longbows, sorry, I keep saying longbows, but Archer's pulling back for the French with the spearmen there as well. Veteran upgrade completed for Puppypaw. Those are veteran Royal Knights now. Wait, doesn't actually have any. He's upgraded his veteran, but he doesn't actually have any knights on the field. That's a little bit awkward. Maybe have a couple. Yeah, only 3 or 4, 5 rather. And these guys are veterans now, so they'll be backing off. We'll be able to tank a little bit of arrow fire, but one does go down. That's a bit rough here. Getting veteran everything here. Going to commit to knights, spearmen, and archers. Veteran being the operative word for these units. Second keep going down, looking to get those deer in behind that. That's a lot of villagers. 2 trebuchets on the field. No, so it's 1 trebuchet, 1 mangonel. Mangonel going to do some good work against the archers if they get close, but Vortix looking to press the issue now. He's looking strong on the map. 139 population for Puppypaw, 147, similar sort of thing for Vortix, but Vortix has the staging ground to attack. He's had the castle age for a longer period of time. He's got the upgrades, he's got the lancers, he's pushing forward, and this is an issue for Puppypaw. If he loses these production buildings, this is going to be a problem because Puppypaw doesn't have an abundance of wood to deal with here. On the south part, there is a veteran Royal Knight, not doing too much though, not able to get too much value. His comrades back at home are dealing with a lot here. It'd be nice to see another trebuchet on the field. In fact, it's actually going to be another mangonel, primary town centre. If this goes down, then there's actually no villager production capacity for the French here. Siege workshop being put down on the left side here for Puppypaw. Can't get that any faster, he will want it faster. Knights are being produced from the council hall, but if that goes down, that's going to be an issue. Again, this stable being put under pressure. This is actively being used as well. 3 mangonels. I'm surprised that these guys aren't getting on the action on the buildings. Spearmen sieging it down. Lancers in the mix as well. Villagers looking to repair that town centre. Desperate moves here for Puppypaw. Vortix looking in command of this 4th game. Can he pull one back? That could be his way back into the set. Veteran Royal Knights looking to do some damage here, but there are lancers there for Vortix. 4 of them. They'll take that fight nicely. They'll clean that all up. And on the west side, there's a big push here for Vortix. Spearmen, lancers, horsemen, mangonels. Mangonels getting a fire off doesn't... Well, it doesn't really do much damage at all, actually. It completely missed, really. Puppypaw looking well to actually avoid that. But the trebuchet behind the keep is constantly putting pressure. This is an issue. Puppypaw is under a lot of pressure because of that trebuchet and that keep. Mangonels are getting their shots as well on the primary town centre. We might be seeing a GG relatively soon for Puppypaw. Losing that capital town centre be a big problem. His economy is already weak. It's going to get weaker. Mangonels getting the shots off on the spearmen. Doesn't do too much damage. But the problem for Puppypaw, he's just reluctant to push in. Doesn't have the army. If he does push in, there are mangonels behind that. Puppypaw always looking to treat. Doesn't look like he's going to get an effective trade here, even if he pushes through now. He might need to push it and take one big fight. It looks like he's going to do it. It's going to brace with the spearman. Lancers run into it. Vortix doesn't care. He's taking the fight. Because there are mangonels behind this, clearing up the spearmen relatively quickly. There are only archers on the field and there are plenty of mangonels. Puppypaw looking in dire straits in this 4th game. Mangonel's going to move up there. There are a couple of man-at-arms being produced as well here and there. But I don't think this is going to be enough. I don't think Puppypaw has enough to hold on. They keep trebuchet doing a lot of work here. One of the stables do go down. An arch range is going to follow behind this. The capital town centre laid in ruins. Guildhall now the subject of attack from that trebuchet. And the army being pushed back for Puppypaw. There's nowhere for them to go apart from the corner of the map. He does have veteran archers, but again, the mangonels looking to get some damage here. Spearmen don't mind. They're going to just run into it with the lancers as well. Mangonels in hot pursuit. Puppypaw may need to just call GG on this one, move on to the next because he's under a lot of pressure. I'm not sure if there's any way back from this. He's trying his best, bring it on the field, looking to snipe down the mangonel. The army from Puppypaw moved into the corner. He is backed up against the wall, against the lake on 4 lakes. Puppypaw's base is in ruins, on fire. And now the School of Cavalry likely to be on fire soon. Puppypaw struggling. Vortix pushing ahead in this assault. He's looking strong, and certainly looking strong because he's getting a game back. Vortix pulls one in his favor. It is now 3-1. Vortix could do something special here. He's got a foothold. He's got something to build on. The momentum might be in his favor. Can he take the next game? Because if he can make it 3-2, and that could be a way back into the set. Game number 5, ladies and gentlemen, of the grand final for the Road to Red Bull Wololo Legacy June finals. The winner of this game will book their place to Castle Heidelberg for the main event for Red Bull Wololo Legacy in Age of Empires 4. Puppypaw versus Vortix. Vortix winning the last game. He looked down and out. Puppypaw was 3-0 up, but Vortix pulling one back. If he can get another win under his belt, well, it's then really going to start to heat up, because this is the English mirror match on high view in the northeast corner of the map. Puppypaw playing in blue, in the southwest corner of the map. We've got Vortix playing in red. It's an English mirror match. Vortix has shown his expertise of playing the English. That is for sure. And he needs to pull out all the stops for this one, because it is again match point for Puppypaw. The only way that Vortix can win this set is with a reverse sweep. That could mean that this could be one of the best Age of Empires 4 sets we've ever seen. We want to see it, but will we? Puppypaw will hope that we don't. Vortix will certainly hope that we do. There is the mill for that early wheelbarrow. In mirror matches, it's important to compare the builds, because really that's what's going to separate the players. Again, wheelbarrow coming in for Puppypaw, so like for like, 2 villages on gold, 2 villages on wood, 2 villages on gold, 2 villages on wood, so relatively even Stevens at the moment. The only other thing to think about is how many scouts did the players get? 2 scouts for Puppypaw. Now let's take a look at Vortix's situation. 2 scouts for Vortix as well. Getting plenty of sheep Vortix. Now the thing about high view is that there's a lot of stealth forests, and that could become an issue, especially when you've got Longbowman Rush coming over. I'm sure both players would like to get some outposts, especially if they're being aggressive. Farms coming out for Vortix as well in the early game. Commonly done. Same thing for Puppypaw. Looks like these guys have been singing off the same hymn sheet when it comes to build orders for the English. Holy smokes, guys. That was a great game, last one. Vortix with a clutch play with the Abbasid dynasty on 4 lakes means that he pushes this to a game 5 rather. Game 5. Can he push this to a 6th? Alright. Be interesting to see who actually pushes first, because the English tend to push relatively slowly. They need outposts behind, because in a mirror match like this, one thing to consider is one thing to think about is the network of castles bonus. That's a 20%. Sorry, it's actually 25% attack speed buff you get from the network of castles, and well, you get that defensively, that's for sure. But you'll need that outpost to put it offensively, so we'll see who tries to be aggressive in this mirror match. Especially with both players probably going to go up at the same sort of time, considering the builds that these guys are using being pretty simply the same, pretty much. Villager was bugging out there for a second, but she does go back to work on the sheep. Two scouts just keeping an eye on each other. And there we see the golden hue on those scouts. You can see they're benefiting from that 25% attack speed. So Vortix won't want to take a fight within that radius. Their attack speed buff does go down though. Okay, Vortix going up to the next stage. Going up with the council hall relatively quickly actually. 4 villages on that council hall. Puppypaw only going up now with only 3 villages as well. So Vortix will be faster to the next stage, and I suspect he's going to be the one that's going to be aggressive. Villagers here looking to take down the scouts. 2 of them on gold. Vortix just looking to harass the situation. Ooh, Puppypaw almost loses that scout, just gets out in time. That's actually really important to keep that scout alive, because this map is high view and there's a lot of stealth forests around. You won't want to lose your scouts for free. This village is under pressure. Puppypaw will have to probably move this villager back. Oh, might lose it. Puppypaw does react. He pulls the villager back. Alright, relatively stable now. Vortix will be getting up to the next stage earlier. Could mean that he's going to be the aggressor. Two pretty weak scouts there for Puppypaw. And Vortix won't mind this because every time that Puppypaw uses the villagers to fire off means that they're not gathering gold. You can hear the chiming away for the defensive bonuses that Puppypaw gets. There we are, we hear it again. Villagers again firing at the scouts. Only 3 of them, so it will take ages for these guys to fire and kill them. All villagers now on gold. Vortix reaching the feudal age, immediately queuing up a whole bunch of longbows. Holy smokes, they're going to go forward as well. See the waypoint going straight forward. Looks to be around the back of the base. It looks like it's going to pressurize the gold here. It could be a fast castle. I mean, he does have 4 villagers on gold. There's not really a huge amount of reasons why you have that many villagers in gold as the English, because it could be for the upgrades, I suspect, but it's quite a significant number, especially in a mirror match. Possibly thinking go for a fast castle behind that. But the longbows will go forward. Puppypaw will see that. I think Puppypaw may be just doing this preemptively because he probably suspects this is going to be under pressure, especially the fact that Vortix went up to the next stage earlier. Means that he probably knows he's going to come off that gold relatively soon. It's forward thinking for Puppypaw, I suspect. Farming economy looking nice here for Puppypaw. But look at the sheep, so many sheep there for Vortix. Means he can make that farming transition a little bit later. Means he can be super aggressive as well. 3 archers there, longbows rather. No forward outpost though, so it means that Puppypaw won't want to take a direct fight like that, because you can see these guys are glowing. They've got that defensive bonus. They've got the network of castles, guys. Longbows keep streaming forward. We don't see any villagers joining them to build an outpost. Will we see that? We should find out. 7 longbows plus the scout. This is important to keep the scout there to have that vision. The longbows will try and snipe the scout. Yep, the scout goes down for Puppypaw. Puppypaw no longer has that vision unless he uses this scout, which is pretty low on HP. He won't want to move forward with that because I think that could be sniped really easily. Longbows starting to accumulate for Puppypaw. Has about 8 of them. We see 8 for Vortix as well. An outpost in the stealth forest would actually be really nice for Vortix if he decides to do something like that. Be a staging ground to attack from. An outpost going on the gold there. Puppypaw looking to secure that gold mine. Keeping the longbows there as well, just in case. Longbows pushing forward for Vortix. This is exactly what Vortix is doing. He's putting an outpost there, sending a villager forward. Vortix, this is quite nice because what Vortix is doing now, he's pushing forward with the longbows, looking to try and get some value on that wood line. And in the meantime, he's actually looking to get the outpost. So Puppypaw might be distracted here. Vortix is going to lose a longbow for free. That's not ideal. Only 8 of them now. And the defense's advantage is going to be really strong here for Puppypaw. 13 of them. Puppypaw could take this early engagement, and if he does, he will be certainly winning it. Vortix's villager going to get sniped, it seems. I don't think he sees that through the stealth forest. The villager does get pulled back. Holy smokes, Vortix, you can't take this fight. There's just not enough longbows for you. There's 11 for Puppypaw. Vortix loses the scout, loses the vision. Villager going to come back. He needs that outpost ASAP. I'm not sure why Puppypaw is retreating for that. There's no real reason to. I think it's because he doesn't see what's going on in the stealth forest. That's actually really key. Puppypaw, with the lack of a scout here, doesn't know what he's dealing with exactly. He just sees the arrows. He doesn't know exactly how many numbers though, but if he does take the fight, he will win it. There's just not enough longbows there for Vortix. He's having to pull back. The villager pulls back. Villager's still there though. Outpost doesn't go back now. Puppypaw going to clear this up. There is a scout there being annoying though. Going to soak up some of the arrow fire. Not enough to one-shot it. And Vortix. Wait. Vortix slowly pulling ahead. No, 6 longbows versus 7. It's actually evening out a little bit. Vortix is going to lose their lion's share of his longbows though. Puppypaw denies the outpost. I think he sniped the villager. And now Vortix is in trouble. I think he has to back off from this. He can't keep fighting. He's going to lose longbows here. He needs to win this game. He can't lose it like this. Not like this. 4 archers, 4 longbows there. 6 for Puppypaw. It seems like an even trade. As one of them got Steeled arrow or something and the other not? That's what it is. That's what it is, guys. Vortix has steeled arrow that whole time. That's what it was. It just seems like he kept on winning fights that he shouldn't, and it's because of the steeled arrow. This outpost is nearly up. The longbows for Vortix going to go forward now. Steeled arrow making the difference. Puppypaw looking to get to the castle age, though. We talked about it earlier, how we thought Puppypaw would go for a fast castle behind this. Going to try and rush it up with a good... Wow, that's a lot of villages. 21 villages. Probably needs to. I think Vortix sees this, does he? He must have heard the age up. And he sees it. He's going to be able to pick off villagers here. There's nothing in defense. There's a couple of longbows, only 2 of them. He may need to use the villagers. He's going to lose villagers left, right, and centre. These guys have got steeled arrow. These are no mean joke. Holy smokes, villagers go down. The castle age has been denied. This is not going to go up anytime soon. Longbows need to pay attention. They're going to snipe more villagers. Villagers being garrisoned in the outpost, but only 5 of them there. I think Puppypaw has to cut his losses. I don't think he's going to get this King's Palace up. Not with this number of longbows. Puppypaw needs to commit to more longbows. He needs to defend this position because he's going to lose villagers otherwise. There are 2 longbows there with the buff attack. But Vortix won't mind about that. He'll be able to take those out, especially with Steeled Arrow. Villagers, what is going on here? Puppypaw deletes the King's Palace. He looks to maybe move it a bit further back. But he had a lot of idle time there, guys. A lot of idle time, a lot of lost villagers. Vortix might just die of this. I'm not sure if he can. The town centre for the English is pretty strong. Villagers running around like maniacs, not getting their hammers out. Holy moly. Vortix has got a decent number of 9 longbows. Maybe he'll take 1 or 2 more villagers. Gonna take a lot of town centre fire. That's not ideal though. Don't think he has iron undermesh, but we need to check that a little bit later because there's a lot of action going on here. Villagers being idled here. 15 in the town centre. I think Vortix is going to use this as a throwaway army. Doesn't manage to snipe any more villagers. I think Vortix, you need to head back. You're not going to get any more... Doesn't seem to get any more value out of this. Maybe just cycle around, but he won't want to lose the longbows because if he does, that means he's got no militia on the field. Looks like he's going to lose the longbows. A lot of weak villagers there, but not picking up another. Longbows are going to go down to the town centre fire. Vortix is losing everything here. Not too much value to be had. Ever since the relocation of this landmark, Vortix has just been bleeding these longbows. Down to 1 longbow. Holy moly, but the castle age is in Puppypaw. Down to... Actually, that's Vortix. 38 villagers for Vortix, 35 for Puppypaw. But the big difference is that Puppypaw is in the castle age. Vortix a little bit behind. Needs that food economy to get there. Another group of longbows diving into that wood line. No value to be had here. Just dead longbows. Outpost does go up there. Adds a bit of vision. No arrow slits there. Doesn't have any stone being mined. And who could blame him? 18 villagers on wood. That forward wood line is not good for Puppypaw, that's for sure. He needs to try and relocate, I suspect, because Puppypaw constantly under attack from this position. Vortix now going up with the next stage. He's going to go up with the King's Palace on that berry line and the wood line. In a pretty nice spot there. Needs to recover here. There is a knight on the field. This is the issue for Vortix. These longbows are going to get no more value. The knights will take them down. Will we see a monster going up for Puppypaw to get the relics? Villagers going out to the deer. It's actually a little bit greedy. He doesn't... I mean, to be fair, he's in castle age, has knights on the field, so he does have a decent amount of map control, or potential map control anyway. 17 villagers being used to get up to the next stage by Vortix. Desperate to get there quickly. Double stable. Now, he did indeed have iron undermesh, guys. He's also getting bloomery. That's important to note. There is no blacksmith for Puppypaw. Puppypaw lacking the blacksmith upgrades, and actually it's not too much of a problem because you're dealing with low numbers of units. Still, like for like and mirror matches, these upgrades could really make a difference. Bloomery coming in. Monstry putting down by Vortix. That's a little bit greedy because he has been behind in terms of the upgrade to castle age for a little bit, so he should suspect that there are knights on the field for Puppypaw. And so that's a little bit greedy from Vortix, but can he make it pay off? We shall see. There's longbowmen there. Did you get any value out of that? I'm not sure if he picked off any villagers. Don't see any dead bodies. Knights now raiding this gold mine and the farms. This is a problem for Vortix. He needs the knight numbers himself. Knight will go down for Puppypaw though in the end. I don't think Vortix has a knight out yet. There are 2 in queue. Puppypaw really starting to build up the economy now with the 2 town centres. Let's take a look. 47 villages for Vortix. 52 for Puppypaw. No monastery though. No blacksmith. A third. That's actually a second stable going down for Puppypaw. Now looks like Puppypaw wants to take out this outpost. Who could blame him? Knight is coming out now, looking to defend the gold position. Maybe looking to defend the relics actually. Puppypaw sending a knight on that corner. Yeah, looking to perhaps defend this relic position. Oh, knights being sent there for the deer patch. It does lose 2 villagers there. You can see the carcasses, or the bodies, 3, 4 on the gold mine. Lancers, the knights rather, diving the woodline, gets another one. This is great value for Vortix, has to be said. That villager count evened up now. 47 for, actually, holy smokes, 47 for Puppypaw, 51 for Vortix. Vortix takes the lead in the villager count. But there is a counter raid coming in. Knight or Puppypaw, just the one though. Idling the economy somewhat. The end-to-end stuff is going to be hard to keep up with. Loads of knights on the field here. Vortix going to run in again. Villagers not learning their lesson on the deer patch here. Vortix going to sort that position again, I suspect. We'll need to keep an eye on that. Outpost on fire. Going to be disintegrating relatively soon. The knights are going to charge. They're going to charge. Take out a villager. Don't forget, these guys have bloomery as well. 4+1. No upgrades for the knights for Puppypaw, as you can see. There's no +1 there. Another knight going to take out another villager. Another villager goes down and he pulls away. That knight will probably be dead soon. Knight's coming down on the right side as well, getting another villager for sniping. This is great play by Vortix, pulling Puppypaw left, right and centre. Does lose that knight though. Now 4 knights on the field there on the left side for Puppypaw. Might be able to get a counter raid himself. 2 knights going to dive into the berry bush there, it seems. Holy smokes. The English players go for the knights. 1 relic is in the monastery though. That's certainly going to help the gold count for Vortix. No monastery even up and running for Puppypaw. It is now on the front lines. 4 knights there circling around there for Vortix. Game just starting to quiet down, I suspect, but as I say that, there's still more raiding. Vortix trying to keep the villagers idled. Doing a good job of it, to be fair. Relics being picked up, and Puppypaw is going to snipe this. Is he going to snipe it? Yes, he is. He's going to snipe the monk. The monk goes down. No relic for you, my friend. 4 knights versus 4, but don't forget, +1 is in for Vortix. He's going to take the better trade as long as he micro this well, and he pulls that weak knight back. It will be 3v3. Vortix takes the engagement better there. Again, knight sweeping around the right side, keeping him in the stealth forest so he's not seen. Maybe looking to do another raid again sometime soon. Knights here. Vortix need to pull away. He won't be able to take that fight. Charge attack coming in. Doesn't get it off there, Puppypaw. 3rd knight looking to take the fight as well. I'm not sure he can do that. Oh, loses a knight there for free. 2 knights there for Vortix. Needs to back off. Cannot take that fight for sure. Villagers here looking to put down some farms, but there is a knight there looking to sort that position. Villagers need to pull back here. Vortix is going to lose 1, at least 2. No, loses just. It doesn't actually lose any. That's actually pretty amazing. They're going to garrison in the King's Palace. The knight doesn't get too much value there. Knight's here for Vortix, taking a great fight here. This is not a fight for Puppypaw. Holy smokes, the knight's circling around. I don't think he got any villagers there, but was looking to do so. Finally puts an outpost. Loses 2 knights there. Vortix taking a bad trade there, that's for sure. This is end-to-end fighting here. That knight does go down eventually for Puppypaw. The farming economy is looking to resume here for Vortix. A lot of knights here. Building up for Puppypaw. 12 on the field for Vortix. 15 for Puppypaw. Despite not having bloomery, which is only just getting now. Ooh. Things are easing up now, I think. 62 villagers for Puppypaw, 70 for Vortix. Vortix in the lead, actually. At least economic-wise. And he's gonna go up to this gold mine, relatively exposed, building an outpost. Sensible idea. Let's see how many relics he's got. Just the one so far. Will he be making an attempt for that one again? I don't believe so. There are knights here on the field for Puppypaw, looking to get some value here. Looking to attack in 2 directions here, on the right and on the left. Puppypaw sending in a group of 4, and it's going to distract all the knights there for Vortix. He's chasing. There's not enough knights here on the west side. Puppypaw using that distraction to great effect, because Vortix doesn't have enough here to defend with. There are a lot of knights here on the left. That was just a debate here. These 4 knights doing great work to distract 9 knights. And the knights on the left there for Puppypaw. We're looking to get value, idling the economy. Vortix caught out by that. The defender's advantage really playing an influence here, because there are now 8 knights here versus the 8 here. And Does have +1 now, I suspect. No, actually, no +1 for Puppypaw. Bloomery not in yet, but he's going to be coming in now. Puppypaw gets that Bloomery just in time. Vortix possibly thinks he has the lead here, because when he started the engagement, Bloomery wasn't there. It is now. On the front line now, Vortix needs to back off. It took a bad engagement there. A lot of knights rushing in for Puppypaw. Puppypaw seems to have the numbers. 12 for Vortix, 21 for Puppypaw. Bad engagement there in the middle of the map on the sacred site. Vortix losing knights left, right and center. Puppypaw taking a great engagement there. Puppypaw looks strong. He looks to be able to, if he can take this game, this will be it. This will be his golden ticket to the main event. Holy smokes, that's a lot of knights here. Neither player looking to transition to crossbows or spears. Wouldn't be too hard to transition actually. Not for crossbows anyway. Cost food and gold, same as knights. But would need to invest in wood for those archery ranges if he was to do so. Doesn't have the same mobility though, of course, with knights. 2 knights being sent forward just to keep an eye on the stone mine. Holy moly. Third town center going down for Vortix. This could be risky because it doesn't have the military presence on the field when you compare it to Puppypaw. But if Vortix can make this last, if the economy does start to boom for Vortix, that's better for the late game. That's exactly what he's planning. Look at the walls going up there, palisades. I'm not sure if he can take this fight. 13 knights there. 13 versus 13. A lot of weak knights for both. Charge attack gets off. Holy smokes, I'm not sure which way this is going to go. And the problem for Vortix is he's walling behind this. There's going to be no easy retreat for these knights on the south though. This is a distraction party. Knights being sent in by Puppypaw looking to raid the villages. That's exactly what's happening on the north though. Fight in the stealth forest. Vortix will be able to take that fight relatively well now. A lot of knights are weak for both sides. Knights diving in. Monk trying to bring in a relic as well. 2 knights chasing away a group of 5. Puppypaw reinforcing his army. This is not a fight that Vortix can take. He needs to run away from this. Too many weak knights. Reinforcement coming in for Puppypaw. He's fully walled up on this side. The knight's going to have to go around the long way for Vortix. Knights there. Still denying the second outpost there. Getting good value here, Puppypaw. 83 villages for Vortix. 81 for Puppypaw. Relatively even despite having 3 town centers there for Vortix. Idle economy a lot. And there is that buff. You see the golden hue, defender's advantage with the network of castles bonus. No forward outpost for Puppypaw. That might be the next step though. Holy smokes, this game is heating up. Game number 5 in this best of 7. Vortix has to win it to be able to be having with a chance of winning the set. Another engagement, charge attack goes off. No boost for Puppypaw. I'm not sure why he's taking this fight. It's a great fight for Vortix. Charge attack gets off and there's lots more numbers here. Reinforcements coming in for Vortix. Puppypaw throwing away numbers again. Oh, this is so back and forth. 13 versus 15. Puppypaw looking to lead these knights back to his homeland where the reinforcements are sitting there waiting. 2 of them, 4 of them, 6 of them. Going for the forward stone. Maybe looking to get a forward keep. There is the outpost. Looks like Puppypaw is making this the direction of attack. Vortix is going to react to it with his knights. 2 relics in for Vortix. Puppypaw has 2 as well. Looking to get a 5th. Or a 3rd rather. Possibly. Looking to wall up himself though. He's walled up massively on the left side. Knights break through for Puppypaw. This is a problem for Vortix. Going to take the engagement. Vortix has the buff there. The network of castles. I don't think Puppypaw wants to take this fight. He's actually going to lead them back. If that outpost goes up in time, that could be crucial. And it is up now, so this could be the place for Puppypaw to attack from. Looks like Vortix is going to try and wall that up again, and this wall on the right side. Slowly making their way around our 2 villages. 22 knights versus 7 plus 15. Dare I do the math? 23. Wait, 22. Holy smokes, never do maths on stream. Okay, villagers going to go forward. 6 of them to build that wall and a gate. The knights looking to try and break through again. I think Vortix might take this fight. I'm not sure that's advisable because he does have the network of castles bonus here, Puppypaw. Vortix looking to dive in. I don't think this is a good idea. But he's going to do it anyway, and he's trapped. He's not going to have a way back in, especially if Puppypaw cycles round with his knights here to block the entrance of the gate, and that's exactly what he does. There's no way back for Vortix. He has to take the fight. He doesn't have the network of castles bonus, Vortix. This is not a good fight for him. Puppypaw has a network of castles. This is a bad fight for Vortix. You get the feeling, although the numbers are starting to dwindle for Puppypaw, it looks like the engagement overall really nice there for Vortix, despite not having the network of castles. It does look to back off a little bit. Puppypaw gets another charge attack. Vortix taking the fight though. Puppypaw is the one who's going to have to retreat. That was a bit awkward. I'm not too sure why that happened. I think it's because of the second attack upgrade. No, it's not, because Vortix and Puppypaw have that as well. Holy smokes. Good call by Vortix in the end, I suspect. Taking a fight now. Despite the network of castles bonus, Puppypaw just running in and out. The charge attack doesn't actually benefit from that network of castles attack speed, so looking to just micro that well, but Vortix takes the better fight. He backs off. The thing is, let's take a look at the economy. 96 villages for Puppypaw, 112. That third town center going to be kicking in soon. That economy is starting to build up for Vortix. Vortix looking in a good position in this game number 5. If he wins this, he could make it 3-2, and then he'd be right back into the set. Farming transition here. Well underway for Puppypaw. Oh my god, things are calming down again, but holy smokes, this is an end-to-end game. Sacred Site on the left side. Puppypaw gets there first. This monk didn't get there in time, but the knight will take out the scholar or the monk there for Puppypaw. And then Vortix will be there to try and take that Sacred Site. Holy moly. Gentle reminder, guys, if you're enjoying the content, do give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And I'm really grateful for your support. I'm enjoying the casting of this tournament. I'm very new to casting as well, so feedback is always generally welcome, especially if it's constructive. 22 knights there, joined by another 3. 25 knights versus 23. But don't forget the network of castles bonus here. Vortix pushing the issue. I think Vortix knows that he's ahead in the economy, so he's quite happy to take these trades, but I don't know how I feel about it, because he's going to lose a lot here, especially under the Springald outposts. Vortix taking a fight here. There were a lot of knights there that are weak for Puppypaw. Vortix backs off. He won't be able to take the fight now. He's looking to lose a lot of knights here. If he does, he's going to back off, but he lost a lot there in that fight. I'm not sure why he took that fight. Maybe it's a distraction for something else. Beastie Cutie always says to the casters, you know, if you see a player doing something that you don't necessarily understand, that you should probably suspect there's a reason for it. It's just about finding that reason. I can't find that reason for that fight, because the military number is really dwindling for Vortix. 24 for Puppypaw, 20 for Vortix. I'm not sure where that number, those army are. He's certainly got a decent number of army. Not sure where they are. Here they are, defending the position on the front line. And I think the economy is really going to start to kick in, producing more knights. Look at the farming economy, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, 103 villages for Puppypaw, 156 population, 133 for Vortix. Puppypaw goes up to the Imperial Age. This is key. I suspect he went up with the Wingard Palace. Let's just double check that. He did indeed go up with the Wingard Palace. This is an issue because now Vortix, we've said it before, I'm going to say it again, when you age up, that is your most vulnerable time, because you've just invested a heck of a lot of resources to do that. Vortix knows this. He's going to dive with his knights. He's going to put the pressure on. He's not fully walled. Puppypaw didn't never get those fully walled up, and now he takes a bad trade. Vortix won't want those knights for Puppypaw to become elite, and so he takes the fight now whilst he can. Villagers being idle under the town centre. Puppypaw under a lot of pressure. Vortix taking villages left, right and centre. Holy smokes, 97 villagers for Puppypaw. Let's take a look at this village count, because this is going to be dwindling here. I'm going to keep a mouse there so you can see it. Villagers going down everywhere. We see a ping notification here. I'm just going to see what that's about. Holy smokes. He takes the gold village cell. He idles them. Only 3 left there. And now the knights are absolutely decimating the villages. Down to 83 for Puppypaw. A heck of a lot of idle villages as well. 51 of them. There are hardly any villages working. And the ones that are working are exposed and almost going to be killed. Almost. Those knights just didn't turn around. They needed to. 83 villages now. Going to be dwindling even more. Vortix getting so much value. Elite knights are in there for Puppypaw though, so he should be able to clean this up, but at what cost? Because there are knights everywhere. Charge attacks taking villages. Down to 81 villages now. Vortix getting huge amounts of value. Puppypaw struggling here. He needs to regroup. 76 villages, 25 of them are idle. Holy smokes, and that's going to be able to trickle in. There's an exposed gold line there. Again, villagers on the right side being... Yeah, this is great for Vortix. Getting the value here. 6 villages there being idle, but it looks like a couple of elite knights for Puppypaw looking to do some damage, but spearmen in defense. This is a great move for Vortix to keep those spearmen on hand, because the value that Vortix has got from this aggression is absolutely phenomenal. 76 villagers for Puppypaw, 141 for Vortix. He probably needs to stop producing villages, almost at pop cap. But the elite knights are on the field for Puppypaw, so if you're a Vortix, you probably need to think about going up to the next stage yourself, getting those upgrades, but he's actually not going to. He's going to get Spearman pushing forward, taking villagers off for gold. Puppypaw going to struggle for gold income. He's only got 80 in the bank, only 2 villagers actually actively mining gold. He's only got 2 relics, no sacred sites. He is in a world of trouble. He's not going to be able to produce any more knights. And if he loses the mass that he has, that will be it. That will be game over. There are spearmen as well for Vortix. Going to be the direct counter. Yes, sure, they're veteran and only Castle Age units, but they're going to trade really well. And if they don't cost gold, that is the key issue. The Elite Knight's going to look to get a charge attack for Puppypaw, but it's not going to be enough. Vortix looks strong here. 18 military for Puppypaw, 67 for Vortix. Puppypaw trying to get the gold mine villagers here. It will be taking them out, but frankly, Vortix won't mind. He's got a lot of villagers in the background anyway, working hard. Although having said that, he's only got 4 villagers in gold now. That's not good. Puppypaw taking out the gold economy for Vortix as well, but he does have a little bit of a buffer with 1,000. The thing is, he's not really needing the gold units. He's going full spearman here, ladies and gentlemen. He's pushing the issue with the spearman. He's made the tech switch, and he's pushing hard with the spearman. He's going to idle the economy once again for Puppypaw. 200 population for Vortix. He won't mind running into the base here. He has nothing to lose. If he loses his army, he produces more. He's got a solid economy behind this in Castle Age. The units are going to start to flood, and Puppypaw won't have enough to do. He can't deal with this. Puppypaw can't make a transition to archers. He doesn't have the capability. He doesn't have the APM, I suspect, at this point. I mean, geez. He doesn't have the economy. That's the main thing. The wood line. The wood is the issue. That is for sure. Puppypaw under so much pressure. Vortix forcing a keep out of him. A bit of a desperate keep. Vortix looking to sort this position. Let's take a look at the villager count again now for Puppypaw. 58 and decreasing. Things looking bad for Puppypaw. Vortix piling on the pressure. Holy moly. These villagers are going to go down on the keep. Dying to spearmen. Vortix just needs to keep the villagers idle. Kill as many as you can. And he should be taking this game, the 5th game of the set. Vortix piling on the pressure. He's tightening the noose. He's putting Puppypaw to the test here. The keep will go up, but at what cost? That was a huge cost. He's only got 37 villagers. The moment Puppypaw realizes he's probably going to tap out. 4 villagers garrisoned in the keep, but he's only got 36. 19 of them idle. Puppypaw taps out. He knows he's behind. The economy damage was so big for Vortix. We said it before. We'll say it again. When you age up, that's when you're most vulnerable. Vortix pulls 2 back in a row. Puppypaw 3 games. Vortix 2. Vortix is pushing him all the way. Vortix is not giving up easily, taking it to a game number 6. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, game number 6. I didn't think we'd be saying this after the first 3 games, but Puppypaw has lost the last 2. Vortix putting him to the sword. He's won his last 2 games, made it 3-2. If Vortix win this one, he'll push it to a game number 7, and that could be an opportunity to have a reverse sweep. I think this is going to be one of the best Age of Empires 4 sets I've seen ever. Sure, Age of Empires 4 hasn't been around for too long, but still, this is quickly becoming a legendary set, and it's absolutely fitting for the finals for the Road to Red Bull Wololo Legacy. For the month of June, we have got, on the east corner of the map, Vortix playing in blue as the Mongol civilization, and in the south corner of the map, in red, we've got Puppypaw playing as the Abbasid dynasty. Map is Frisian Marshes, one of the community generated maps, and it's usually relatively aggressive. One thing we need to pay attention to is the gold spawns. Now Vortix does have a relatively far forward gold. These golds are always relatively exposed, but this is a really nice spawn for the overview. This is so protected. This is so key because the thing about Frisian Marshes is that you almost inevitably have forward golds, and that's what's happened for Vortix. But one thing you don't always have is a back stone, and this is so good for Vortix. He's going up with barracks, likely to be an outpost rush. We see that all the time with the Mongols at the moment. Puppypaw has that forward gold, and we don't even see the secondary gold. It's just so far away. And this map is superb for the aggressive civilizations. And look what we have. We have got the Mongols, played by Vortix. I feel like out of the civilizations and the map type it is, you get the feeling that Vortix has a bit of an edge on the civilizations. And the issue with that is that this might mean this could go to a game. I mean, we're just starting the game, obviously. Anything can happen. But this is a great opportunity for Vortix to push this to a game number 7. Will he be able to do it? Time will tell. He's sending 2 spearmen forward. I suspect the villager will be following behind soon to get that outpost up. Khan harassing the villagers on gold. I think Puppypaw senses it coming. Gonna send a scout to chase after the Khan. There we have it. Holy smokes, that's a lot of sheep coming in for Vortix. Things going well. Things will need to go well for him in order to win this game because Puppypaw, I mean, you have to wonder, what's Puppypaw thinking right now? He's had 2 attempts already to seal the deal. He's failed both attempts. If he fails again, this could go to a game number 7. That would really build up the nerves. High stakes here, guys. The winner of this set will go to Castle Heidelberg in Germany for the main event for the Red Bull Wololo Legacy. An insane prize pool. Villager looking to build that outpost. Spearman looking to harass the villagers. There is a scout looking to take down the villager, but won't be able to do so particularly quickly. Spearman pushing the villagers off of gold. This is exactly what Vortix wants to do. Take the villagers off of gold. What has to be said though, is the Abbasid dynasty don't necessarily rely on gold too much. He's got the gold to secure the age up. Doesn't have enough wheelbarrow, but doesn't have a mill anyway. And whilst the gold has been denied, it won't be the end of the world here for Puppypaw because he will rely on food and wood for his units in the feudal age. One thing that has to be borne in mind though is that Puppypaw can no longer delete this mining camp to deny the raiding bonus that Vortix will inevitably get now, especially with 4 spearmen on the field. But this outpost does a lot, guys. If he gets arrow slits in it in the feudal age, denies the stone, denies the berries. Don't forget the Abbasid dynasty really rely on the berries. That's actually a huge issue. We didn't comment on that earlier. I'm going to comment on it now. Berries is a thing, guys. The Abbasid dynasty need those. A lot of sheep there, and he could expand to the left if he can get a foothold in the game to the shorefish. That would be faster than the berries even, but there's a long way between that happening and where he is now for Puppypaw. All spearmen garrisoned in that outpost. Looks like Vortix is content with the situation now. Doesn't actually have the wood for another outpost in any case. Scouts looking to put some pressure on the villagers on gold. 4 of them, maybe a fast castle type approach for Vortix to kind of go on from the outpost. Spearmen coming out again too. Try and defend the villagers on the gold line. That will successfully happen. Puppypaw needs to bring their scouts back. If you feel like I don't know, Puppypaw, could he be crumbling under the pressure? I suspect not. I think Puppypaw is usually, he strikes me as one of those cool and calm collected characters. At least what I've seen from him live. Archery range going down for Puppypaw. Pumping out those archers. We'll need to push this outpost back. This outpost rush back for sure. But the other thing to bear in mind with the Abbasid dynasty is that they get siege engineering for free. So the Mongols' outpost rush is strong, but not as strong as you'd expect against the Abbasid dynasty, because if Puppypaw can save up for 300 wood, which he will be able to do pretty soon, he will be able to build a ram on the field with his archers and his infantry. Going for a barracks as well. Looking to get the spearmen on the field for him as well, in case there are horsemen coming along. Puppypaw looking to raid again with the scouts. Might actually pick off a villager, but Vortix is not paying attention. He does pull a villager back to the town centre. The airstones is the landmark of choice to get up to feudal age for the Mongols. And I expect arrow slits will be coming after that. Now, what Vortix has done quite nicely, has kept his units garrisoned in the outpost, because if Puppypaw sees that they aren't garrisoned, he could actually rush us down with villagers, but now really can't do that. Doesn't have the villager forward anymore. Can't build any more outposts. And I think it was just to deny that gold for now, but I'm not sure how much value that got Vortix, to be totally honest with you. Because now there are rams on the field, those rams will take care of that, well, that one ram will be able to take care of that outpost relatively easily. Although, having said that, Vortix might be trying to torch down the ram with the spearmen he has garrisoned. And of course the archers for Puppypaw will deal with that quite nicely. Archer range going down for Vortix as well. Looking to double produce those archers as well. So going to be delaying that castle age time. Looks like Vortix is going to play an extended feudal age. Looking to defend that outpost. Arrow slits is coming in. It certainly looks like he's looking to defend that position. He's double producing the archers. They've popped out. They're getting the benefit of the Yam speed network from the deer stones. Rounds push away there. Archer's going to follow in behind. 5 spearmen there garrisoned. Stone. Puppypaw is going for a second town centre. Okay. Puppypaw feels like he just doesn't have the army there to push that just yet. Because of the spearman that's garrisoned. Actually, this is a nice move for Vortix to bring the archers forward. Had double produced them, and the numbers are starting to build up quite nicely for him. Archers looking to take down the Khan. The Khan survives just about. Okay, and back here, there's been a refreshment of the lumber camp. Pastures going down to increase the number of sheep and continue that food income for the Mongols. Archers are flowing forward now. 6 of them looking to defend this position. Going to be some important micro here. Spearmen come out looking to torch down the ram. Archers are probably going to come forward for Puppypaw, but if they do, they might be sniped off by the archers for Vortix. And the Khan is involved as well. Spearmen there. These are hardened spearmen for Vortix. Only regular spearmen for Puppypaw. Puppypaw looking to try and get an outpost. Will be taking losses though. A number of archers there are decent here for Vortix. Microing the weak ones, but doesn't quite get them back home. And actually, it needs to run away with this. Outpost doing some good damage against the spin, but the outpost does go up there for Puppypaw, looking to get that stone he wants for the second town center. Has the wood for it. Archer numbers need to build up again for Vortix before he can make another attack. Okay, has enough. Oh, just a little bit more stone. Yeah, no, he's got the stone now. Gonna head out to build a second town center on, I suspect, the shorefish. We'll see exactly where he places it. Archers are looking to see where that town center is going, actually. Puppypaw. Holy moly, he might be under attack here from the archers. Not enough though archers there for Vortix. I'm not sure if he's going to take a decent trade here or not. Probably not, especially with the defender's advantage. And the spearmen looking to pounce on that as well, so that Puppypaw will be safe here. We'll be able to get that second town centre. Spearmen joining in the march. Actually, the archer numbers look good for Vortix here. This could be problematic for Puppypaw. Vortix looking to take down the army. He's going to do quite a lot of damage, but I think the town centre will go up in time. Now Vortix looking to actually snipe down the villagers to delay the town centre and pick off some villagers whilst he can. I wonder if Vortix is going to go for a second town centre himself. It doesn't look like he's saving up the food and gold, looking to get up to the next stage. He's going to run back with the spearmen and the archers, picking off the spearmen for Puppypaw. Puppypaw losing his military quite badly there. 7 military on the field to 11 for Vortix. And I think behind this, Vortix is looking to go to the castle age, and I like that position because 2 town centres for Puppypaw means he's going to be investing the food. Of course, he's got fresh foodstuffs. He did go up the economic wing, right? Yep, yeah, he did. So he's going to get 2 for 1, but the castle age is such a big upgrade for Vortix. He'll be able to build siege on the field. He'll be able to get those lancers. He'll be able to get man-at-arms. He'll be able to get the castle age units that he wants to. Going to go up the step redoubt. That's going to fund the gold cost for those units. And Vortix might be on the way to be able to even out the set. Obviously, lots to play here. Puppypaw by no means anywhere near out of this, not even close. He's got lots to say before this game ends. Especially in that he's getting shorefish, that food count will be starting to climb crazily for Puppypaw. Let's take a look at the village count. 35 for Vortix, 34 for Puppypaw. Puppypaw of course lost a couple of villagers, but that differential will be narrowing very soon because of that second town centre. There is the new age, there's the castle age for Vortix. He has got the upgrades to castle age now. Going to be pumping out those units no doubt. Let's just see what he's going to go for. I suspect it'd be lancers, but we just need to double check that. He's going for a stable, so that does seem to be the case. He's going for double archer production as well, as you can see. So it looks like knight archer play for the Mongols. And now with the castle age up, Puppypaw looking to wall his base. Quite extensive walls. Won't be able to wall all of it, I don't think. Not in time anyway. Gonna try it though. Okay, not coming out just yet, so he might be able to get the walls up actually. That'd be an issue if he does. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the cast of games because this is a fantastic final. Vortix pulling 2 games back. He was on the verge of death, verge of being knocked out, but he pulled 2 back, and can he pull a 3rd? There we are, we have the Khan looking to try and keep the base open, looking to snipe the villager, but there are 2 villagers there. Spearman getting good value, getting good hits on the Khan. Yeah, Khan looking to focus down the villager. Does take 1, but the other villager will be building up the walls. And, okay, well, that's it. Puppypaw is fully walled. Vortix will need to try and find a way in. Could actually chop through, sending a villager forward. We shall see if he tries those shenanigans. Wouldn't blame him. You can see Puppypaw's food income looking insane right now. 680 gold food per minute. Kana's been killed. Running joke that means it's GG. It's not really, of course. And Lancer going forward, looking to see what he can find. But he will find only those wooden walls, those palisade walls. Camel archers on the field though for Puppypaw. Ram still alive from the feudal age. Now I think we hear prayer tent going up. Yeah, prayer tent, shaman coming out, 2 shamans double producing. Shaman's looking to get hold of those relics on the field, and that'd be very important for the gold income. Already has a decent gold income though. Spending it nicely though, Vortix is. As you can see, double producing the knights. Going to start building those Lancer numbers and then maybe pushing forward. As you can see, just piling on the pressure. Nothing too drastic. Just torching the gate there, forcing 2 villagers to repair. We hear the little jingle jangle of the relics being picked up by the shaman. Camel archers in behind, looking to do some damage on the lancers. Get decent damage. Puppypaw nearly on the way to Castle Age himself though. That would be useful for him. Especially with the economic advantage you'll have. 44 villagers for Vortix. 52 for Puppypaw. He's going to go up. Let's see what he chooses. Probably the culture ring. Let's just double check that. He's going for the culture ring. Looking to get preservation of knowledge behind that most likely. Reducing the cost of all technologies by 30%. Getting on Lancers. Puppypaw looking to deny that relic. That's actually a nice play by doing that. I suspect Vortix will keep that relic though, bring that home in time. And relic count looking good. Looking 1 so far, getting a second. Second town centre for Vortix. Didn't notice that at first, but that has happened. So Vortix will keeping the villager count relatively steady here. 47 for Vortix, 56 for Puppypaw. Nice addition of the second town centre. He knew they wouldn't want the economy to go behind too considerably against the Bastard dynasty. Outpost going on that front gold. Shaman going to bring that second relic back. Oh, Lancers break through for Vortix, but there are spearmen in defense. Get the feeling that Vortix might need a couple of more archers to snipe down those spearmen. And camel archers as well. In fact, if you're Vortix, you might just want to go full archers. That will do a great job for him. We shall see if that's something he decides to do. Still continuing the Lancer production. Maybe, predominantly archers, but maybe adding a couple of Lancers as he already has. Maybe even Mangadai. But you need to do something ranged because there are a lot of spearmen on the field. Well, not necessarily something ranged. You could go man-at-arms as well. And his economy does look set up that way with the food and gold income. There is that new age. There's that castle age. Will this be the chance for Vortix to push now? He's going to move out with his Ovu. We said it before. I'll say it again. You're at your most vulnerable when you age up. And we saw that in the last game in particular, in the English mirror match on Highview. Will Vortix pressure the issue now? Doesn't seem to be the case, actually. Keeping some of his army behind, looking to defend against the camel archers. Bringing in another relic again. Forward outpost going for Vortix to get that vision through the stealth forest. Looks like Vortix is quite happy just to hold back at the moment. Doesn't want to lose army unnecessarily. Wants to bide his time, play the game through. Looking to get another relic. Camel archer will snipe that monk though. Trying to get the wololo, doesn't happen, of course. Spearman sniping down a lancer there for free. Gold vein looking to be well. That's going very soon. Vortix needs to find another gold. Doesn't have one here though. That's probably the one he's going to go for. I suspect it will be. Blacksmith being built. Needs those upgrades before he pushes. 2 archer ranges. As we said before, archer ranges would really help him. He's got 3 archer ranges on the field. We'll see how many archers he commits to. More outposts going down on the forward berries. A lot of spearmen there for Puppypaw. And I think if you're Vortix, if you spot that, archer ranges is what you need, and he's got them. Just needs to keep producing those archers, and that will certainly be helping him in the fight to come. Game number 6, ladies and gentlemen. If Puppypaw wins this, he wins the grand final, but if Vortix wins this, he pushes it to game 7. The reverse sweep will be possible if that happens. Outposts keep going up for Vortix. This is a nice position. Mongols continuously do this with a Springald emplacement as well. One-shots that unit. And having lots of outposts here is fantastic as a staging ground to attack from. Can keep your trebuchets near them. And it's very hard for your opponent to dive those trebuchets. And the trebuchets obviously will start taking the production building. Siege Workshop going up. Despite being the Abbasid dynasty, they can actually build the units on the ground if they wanted to. Might be looking to get some upgrades from the Siege Workshop itself. Traction Trebuchet going forward for Vortix, looking to do some damage. What's it going to attack first? Maybe the outpost. It is indeed the outpost. Blacksmith coming up for the Abbasid dynasty. It's not the first time the Blacksmith is coming. If it is, that's a problem because it just feels like Puppypaw is often quite late to get the upgrades, and that could hold him back here because there's a lot of military on the field. Vortix has had that Blacksmith for a little while now. We shall see how the fight develops. If Puppypaw can hold on though, get those Blacksmith upgrades, that will be important. Vortix might have other plans though. Might be looking to pressure the issue. There's a Springald there though for Puppypaw. Going to deny that outpost. Or maybe not actually. Vortix sending 2 villagers, and the villagers are ranged though. Springald will take them out if he's not careful. Vortix pull the villagers back. He doesn't. He's going to lose 1 at least, I suspect. Well, no, he actually keeps them alive. 2 of them alive. Springald looking to push back the Springald from Puppypaw. Puppypaw repairing his. And the Ram taking the brunt of the Springald attack. Traction Trebuchet is there as well. Looking to get rid of that outpost, but villagers are repairing it for Puppypaw. Puppypaw looking to push forward with the Spearmen. Arch numbers aren't really huge here for Vortix. Does have crossbowmen though, at least as a ranged unit. There is a Mangonel on the field as well, so Vortix looking to push. Puppypaw thinks better of pushing at the moment. Puppypaw 156 population, that's incredibly healthy. 84 economy, 74 for Vortix. So Vortix, as we said, had that second town centre himself, but the issue is that Puppypaw gets 2 for 1 in terms of villager cost, Vortix doesn't. And so that extra food can be pumped into units. Puppypaw is spending all the food he's got, only 16 in the bank. You can see Puppypaw looking to pump out those units ASAP. I suspect he knows he's going to be under pressure soon. Especially seeing all those Mongol outposts. Yeah, there is a trebuchet still there on the field now for Puppypaw coming out of that Siege Workshop, I suspect. Gonna try and take down some of the outposts. 2 Springalds there, 3 Springalds. Maybe looking to snipe that. Springalds coming in for Puppypaw as well though. Yeah, Springald on Springald action, but trades 1 for 1. And trades 1 for 1 again, so Puppypaw getting decent trades there overall. Ooh, Traction Trebuchet might go down for Vortix. It indeed does for the 2 Springalds there for Puppypaw. This could become a bit of a standoff. Let's take a look at the economy for Vortix back at home. Still 2 town centres. Not much else happening, has to be said. Still 2 town centres for the Abbasid dynasty. Iron Undermesh comes in. Wonder how this game's going to go. Honestly, it's a bit stalemate at this point. Both kind of not committing. I think both realise the gravity of the situation they find themselves in. Neither player wanting to throw units away. There are quite a few Springals here. 5 for Puppypaw. Not as many for... Actually, Vortix does have 4. Actually, if that's a Springald, yeah, he has 5 Springals actually, it seems as well. 5 versus 5. But more Springals coming on the ground here for Puppypaw. Trebuchet looking to take out the outposts. Has taken a lot of them already. Another one goes down. Balanced projectiles comes in for Vortix. This is the fight that we've been looking for. Camel archers on the front get sniped by the lancers. Lancers taking a lot of damage though, but taking a lot of damage from the crossbows out there. Spearmen on the back line not doing too much damage. Archers and crossbows versus spearmen and crossbows. You get the feeling that Vortix might do a bit of damage here with the mangonels as well. The 2 lancers actually get crumbled by the massive spears. Again, the mangonels getting decent shots off, but the ranged units aren't going to be able to protect them too well, because of the numbers. The siege will go down though. 2 mangonels go down. A couple of Springals still alive. Crossbows looking to focus fire and what they can. Spearmen looking possibly to siege down the outpost while they make the ground. Springals getting a fire off as well. Archers and crossbows looking to use micro here. Looks like Puppypaw is going to push this back, but remains to be seen because They are fighting underneath the outposts, which is not ideal. Spearmen all go down. That just leaves the crossbows versus crossbows. And you get the feeling that Vortix might win it because he's got the better upgrades. Khan's involved as well. Yeah, Puppypaw having to back off here. This is not ideal for Puppypaw. I thought he was going to win that game, that fight a little bit earlier, but actually he lost it in the end. 3 mangonels going on the field again for Vortix. Look at the spending on the resources for Vortix, doing it pretty well. And with those mangonels on the field, that's really going to push back the infantry for Puppypaw. Going for a ram. I think he's going to look to try and get rid of the outpost that's there. Trebuchet's on the field though, so I'm a bit surprised by the ram addition. Okay, 146 population for Vortix, 136 for Puppypaw. Puppypaw lost a lot of those units. Kind of quote-unquote trash units, those spearmen. You know, by not costing gold, that's what I mean. His defensive keep going up for Puppypaw in a nice position, but the Mongols will be able to build some trebuchets to counter that. But this does mean that the trebuchet for Puppypaw is relatively well protected underneath the keep. Won't be able to be dived too easily, but there are springles in play. That could become quite important to the matchup here. Yeah, 3 springles firing at the trebuchet. Trebuchet packs up, tries to back off, gets repaired. Will it be enough? It will indeed. Trebuchet fights and lives. Bit of a standoff here. Another player making the moves to push forward. But I think if you're Puppypaw, you're going to struggle with your economy soon. He's got plenty of wood actually. Might need to go out for another gold mine relatively soon. Especially seeing as he actually has no one on gold. Has 1,000 gold in the bank though, but producing mostly non-gold units. Let's take a look at the relic situation. That could become important as the game goes late. 3 in there for Vortix. All villagers going out, but Vortix spots this with the Lancer. This is a problem for Puppypaw. He might lose a lot of villagers here on the stone mine. That was a bit ballsy by Puppypaw. We said the extension will come. He needs to branch out, but when he does, Vortix was ready for him. Okay, quite a few trebuchets on the field now. 4 of them. Holy moly. They're being built fast here. That keep will go down relatively quickly. Puppypaw hasn't realised. Actually, he has realised. He's going to send spearmen forward. A lot of spearmen and crossbows. That one knight is not going to live for very long. He dies. Puppypaw looking to be aggressive. He's actually going to cycle around. He's going to completely ignore this. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because these trebuchets will take out the landmarks relatively quickly. There are only 2 landmarks, guys, for the Abbasid dynasty. The primary town centre and the House of Wisdom. But Puppypaw looking to get some map control with villagers on the front there. Looking to get that gold. He's desperate for gold, I suspect. Sending a couple of spearmen. It's probably going to send the rest of the army back. That's at least what I would do. And that's exactly what he's doing as well. A couple of siege there. Quite a few springles looking to snipe the siege. This is becoming siege warfare. 6 springles for Puppypaw. Sorry, for Vortix. And 4 for Puppypaw. Not enough there. Vortix pushing in now. There are man-at-arms involved here. Springled fighting on the springles. Good trade there for Vortix. Springles going down for Puppypaw. Looking to take the trebuchet out as well. And now Vortix moves in. This could be a problem for Puppypaw. He won't want to lose the game, but he might be here because he's under a lot of pressure here. And the issue is that the trebuchets. He's taking down the static defenses in the outpost. He's going to be looking to take the siege workshop down. Archery range, you name it, whatever is in front of me, he's taking it down. Mangonels on the front line as well. It just means that Puppypaw can never really push. If he does, he takes a big risk and a gamble because of the mangonel. Springle comes out. Springle can try and get one of the other springles. Mangonels on pack. Villagers running in as well. Horsemen looking to dive on the mangonels. Mangonels retreating. 2 go down though relatively cheaply. But there are a lot of crossbows and man-at-arms here. Military numbers here insane for the Mongols. 58 for Puppypaw. 87 for Vortix. Vortix is going to take this fight. Horsemen looking to flank them from behind, but there's just not enough. Man-at-arms diving in on the crossbows and the villagers. There are just too many crossbows here for Vortix. You get the feeling that this is not going to be able to push back for Puppypaw. Puppypaw under a lot of pressure. Has the better economy, I suspect, but what is economy if they're under attack and idled? Vortix has so many crossbows left. Springles in the mix as well, and the trebuchets. Holy moly, there are 4 trebuchets continuously hounding down that capital town centre. That's a big problem. Puppypaw looking to try and repair it, but that's going to be spending wood. Spending wood like no other. Has to keep it alive. Man-at-arms there as well. Man rounds will be countered by the crossbows, but crossbows behind those man rounds for Vortix will take out Puppypaw's crossbows. Saying crossbows a lot here, but that's the name of the game here. That's what's happening here. A lot of crossbows on the field. Villagers being pulled here to try and snipe the Trebs. Trebs get pulled back. Crossbow's going to do range damage against the villagers. Oh, and Man at Arms going to be cutting off their retreat as well. Puppypaw going to lose a lot. Might be able to take one trebuchet. He does indeed, but at what cost? Loses a lot of villagers. Might be able to even get a second trebuchet. That's pretty sloppy for Vortix. But he doesn't lose the second trebuchet. Okay, Dookie. 98 villagers for Vortix. 95 for Puppypaw. Puppypaw's economy not looking so great anymore. And the trebuchets keep fighting. Looks like Puppypaw is massing up an army of horsemen and crossbowmen himself, looking to save up for one last fight. Look at the gold he has. It's a little bit insane. You get the feeling that if he had a market, he'd be able to trade for it. Doesn't have enough wood to even get a market. I don't think he has a market already. No, it doesn't seem like it. That's an issue. Let's see what's going on here. A bit of a raiding force here. Not too much though, because Puppypaw is cleared up there. Vortix defending well. Putting the aggression on, taking the production buildings with the trebuchets as well. Barracks will be going down in the next value from the trebuchets. Vortix looks in control of this game, has to be said. There is a bit of an attack here on the north as well. Villagers, Vortix looking to see what valley can get, but he notices the villagers on gold. There is a keep there though. Vortix slowly pushing in. Puppypaw probably feels like he's being strangled again. We've said that 2 games in a row now. Could be the 3rd one. There's the landmark going down the town centre. Now Vortix looking to perhaps dive on that House of Wisdom. Pretty chunky building to compensate. Horsemen looking to dive the traction trebuchets. Traction trebuchets do get pulled back. Spearmen in the mix there for Vortix as well. Slowly but surely, he just needs to move the front line forward to protect those trebuchets, and if he does, he might be able to take the House of Wisdom. It feels like Puppypaw doesn't have anything in response. Maybe sending the horsemen in for a counter raid, but I don't think that's the play. He's sending them back round through the back, I think. He needs to deal with the traction trebuchets. He's going to look to do some damage economy-wise, but spearmen in defense will be enough for Vortix, and he's not going to be able to snipe his opponent's landmarks, not that quickly. Trebuchets moving forward, looking to take some damage on the House of Wisdom. Being sieged down by something, I'm not sure. Oh no, it's actually the Bastard Dynasty torching the houses. Trebuchets unpacking, looking to take the House of Wisdom. Puppypaw repairing, doesn't have the wood. This is the problem. He's trying to repair the House of Wisdom, he just doesn't have the wood for it. Alright, Puppypaw getting a good raid on the gold villagers. Will it be enough though, because there's a death ball of army here on the front lines. This is what he needs to deal with, Puppypaw, and I'm not sure he's going to be able to. There are 4 trebuchets still assaulting that House of Wisdom. Not enough wood for Puppypaw to maintain a constant repair. He's struggling. He is struggling, Puppypaw. Springalds trading well for Vortix, takes one out for free. And trebuchets continue to fire. I feel like Puppypaw can hold on for only for so long. .200 population for Vortix. He won't mind losing units now. Wouldn't matter for him at all. Things do spiral out of control with the Mongols when they get that raiding bonus. There are mangonels always threatening to fire. Feels like Puppypaw might take a last fight, last hurrah, but I'm not sure he's going to have the capability to push this back. Lots of spearmen on the front line. Horsemen will take very big damage against those. Crossbows as well. Looks like full horseman crossbows for Puppypaw. Will that be enough? I'm not so sure. Vortix looking to have enough on the front line. Still got those 4 trebuchets firing off. Looking to take down that House of Wisdom. If he can snipe the landmarks, that'll be his win condition. And he might be able to even up the set. Puppypaw under so much pressure. Lots of crossbowmen here. Vortix tightening the noose. Puppypaw feeling the pressure. Farms on fire. And there it is. Puppypaw calls it. Vortix, he is on the way to try and make this a reverse sweep. He evens up the set. 3-3. Vortix is on fire. He pulls it back. Almost seemingly down and out. 3-0. Vortix pulls it back. 3-3. All to play for in this last game. I can't quite believe it. This is going to be a crazy game to finalize the set. Don't go anywhere, guys. This is the crunch time. This is the last game. Game number 7. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your horses, because this is the grand final for the road to Red Bull Wololo Legacy for pool number 1 between Puppypaw and Vortix. I just need to actually change the score. In the madness of what happened in the last game, I forgot to do that, because guess what? It's actually currently 3-3. Puppypaw took a 3-0 lead, but Vortix pulled it back. 3 wins back to back. Vortix has pushed this to game number 7. The last game of the set. This is the decider, guys. Every other game before this will count for nothing because it's all dependent on this game. This game will decide who progresses to Castle Heidelberg for the main event for Red Bull Wololo Legacy. Can't stress the importance of this game. I mean, I'm not even trying to hype it up more than it is. This is crunch time. This is the final fight, and it's going to be a Holy Roman Empire mirror on Danube River. In the southeast corner of the map, we've got Puppypaw playing in blue, and in the north corner of the map, in red, is Vortix. No matter what happens here, it feels almost like we've got 2 champions, but whoever loses won't feel like a champion. This set has been fantastic. I'm almost sad that it's coming to a close, but frankly, it's going to come to a close with a bang because no matter what happens here, this game will cap it off. It's all coming down to today and this game. All that remains to be said is let's get on with the casting. I hope we can do it justice because this is going to be a phenomenal set. I feel like this is going to go in the history books for Age of Empires 4 as one of the greatest sets to have ever taken place. And it's been between Puppypaw and Vortix, Canadian and Spaniard, both playing as a Holy Roman Empire in the final map. We shall see what both players decide to do because it is a mirror match after all, and so it depends on the build. A lot of sheep coming in for Puppypaw, certainly helpful. A lot of sheep already in there for Vortix. 3 on gold for Vortix. 2 on gold so far for Puppypaw. So with the Holy Roman Empire, to discuss the civilization, they do have some flexibility, but they are very much orientated around the economy. Especially when you consider the Ark and Chapel and the Prelate. It's something you can't really ignore. It's incredibly strong. The Prelate itself supervises or inspires the villagers rather. Makes them gather resources 40% faster. That's an incredible amount of boosting there. The Ark and Chapel itself, when you garrison the Ark and Chapel with a Prelate, this Ark and Chapel has an area of influence, as you can see by the golden line. All the villagers within that influence will be inspired by the Prelate. Vortix going up relatively quickly here. Puppypaw not doing so. He's actually investing in fishing. This is a key difference between the builds. Fishing ships coming in for Puppypaw, and I like this move because the issue with Danube River is both players are relatively far away from each other. That gives you some time. That really does. And the fishing economy is incredibly strong generally in Age of Empires 4. So we see some differences already. Puppypaw going for fishing, Vortix not. He's going for land at the moment. May transition to fishing a little bit later, but we shall see. Another strategy for both players that could be for Holy Roman Empire, commonly done, is a fast castle. Because they get the Regnitz Cathedral, a very nice landmark for the Holy Roman Empire. And that, if it's garrisoned with 2 relics, gains you 600 gold per minute. That's nothing to be snuffed at. That can really accumulate over time. Gold wins games often. 4 villages of gold for Puppypaw. 3 for Vortix. The 2 scouts there. Just camping out there, saying how do you do. Looking to attack now. There is the age up now, coming in a little bit later, well quite a lot later actually for Puppypaw. I'm going to go with 5 villagers on the Ark and Chapel. Let's take a look at the influence that brings around. It's actually not as good. It's actually not going to be as good as Vortix is, and that's because of the base layout. It's going to have the fishing. It's going to have the fishing economy though, and the Ark and Chapel is going to be inspiring the gold villagers and the food. Can't quite get the wood. You would have had to make a decision. You would have had to make the decision to either go for the wood and the food, or the food and the gold. I don't know how I feel about this. Wonder whether it would have been better. Probably not actually, because one might argue, oh well, there's fishing ships, so you want to get as much wood as you can to get more fishing ships. But actually on Danube River, there's a decent number of fish, but it's not overwhelming. It's not totally overwhelming. It's quite a lot of fish though. That's such quite a lot of fish. Maybe wood could have been better. We'll see. We'll see. He's made his decision. Who are we to kind of not override, but you know what I mean. Puppypaw is not here for nothing. He is going to be, well, he is one of the best players in Age of Empires 4, so we should trust in his decisions. We have to think about really why he's doing what he's doing and learn from that, because this could be an issue. I think the goal is going to be good actually because of the Castle Age as well. He wants to get to the Castle Age relatively quickly for that Regnitz Cathedral. Overall, very nice play. I suspect that's probably why he's doing it. Beastie has said to castles in the past that really, when you see a player do something, think about why they're doing it. And I think that's probably why. Going for the Archer on the gold. Gold is actually relatively important, I suspect, to get up to the castle age and afford the units. Because that's what often wins games, those gold units in particular. Villager going forward for Puppypaw. Maybe looking to wall up the kind of bridges there. The natural bridges across the river. But there is a spearman in play now for Puppypaw, looking to push that scout back. Now, if you're not aware of Danuba River, we haven't seen it. It's not on the ranked ladder, so we have seen it before in custom games. But you have this river, as you can see on the minimap, goes all the way around, comes back up again in a U shape, as you can see. And then you do have 3 crossings. You've got one on either side between the players, one there and one there. And then you have a central bridge leading to the central area. You've got 2 sacred sites, one in the central area, one on the outskirts, as you can see there. Okay, looks like it's a fast castle for Vortix. He will get that castle age very early though, within 7.5 minutes roughly. Going up with 9 villagers, really rushing up, going for the Regis Cathedral, wants those 2 relics. Puppypaw biding his time, going for some feudal aggression, horsemen and spearmen. I have to say, I like what Puppypaw is doing, because you may be thinking, well, he's going to be up to the castle age later, and that is entirely true, but guess what? He has units on the field protecting the relics, he's walling up the relics. And so it doesn't matter if you're Vortix. If you're getting castle age, fine. It's not about getting castle age, it's about getting the relics. And the issue is that whilst Vortix may be able to afford some castle age units, for the time being at least, Puppypaw will be able to deny the prelates. You see, often what Holy Roman Empire do is when they get to the castle age, just prior to doing so, they get their prelates to hang around the relics so they can pick it up instantaneously. But Vortix can't even do that because Puppypaw is doing a great job of denying that. Wololo going there for Vortix, doesn't quite make it, looking to get that relic, but again this prelate's going to be sniped by the horseman. And so not only is Vortix not going to get the relics, he's lost a prelate, he's lost units on the field, and Puppypaw is not going to be too far behind. He will get up to the castle age himself, rest assured. The prelate does go down on the bridge, trying to cross the bridge. Wolf was in hot pursuit. Now this is the thing, Puppypaw going to wall up that area, that crossing. And he's got control. He's got control of the map. That's another relic he's got under his grasp. So Puppypaw will have this relic that's obviously in his base. This relic is being guarded. This relic in the middle has been walled in. This relic won't be able to be accessible very easily for Vortix. This relic has been walled in as well. This is great for Puppypaw. He's keeping all the relics to himself. There is a knight on the field there. That will do some damage though. It is a castle age unit, but there are spearmen on the field. They'll trade definitely effectively. Puppypaw playing this very nicely. He'll be up to the castle age relatively soon. Vortix struggling. Another prelate there. Going to be losing his life. He's lost 1 so far. He's lost 2 so far. He's going to lose a 3rd. These guys aren't cheap. These guys, they cost 100 gold. And 20 seconds to be produced. So every time he produces a prelate, that's the villager is not producing. Knight raiding here for Vortix on the gold line. Puppypaw not reacting, does now. Loses 2 villagers to get pulled away. Going up with the Regis Cathedral, rushing with 17 villagers. Now it's time for Puppypaw to get the relics. There is a lancer, there is a knight there though, doing a lot of damage on the villagers. Loses 1 more. Puppypaw needs to get some spearmen on the field, needs to get it there now. Gonna send some prelates though, forward. And Puppypaw pushing the issue, gonna get a knight here with the spearmen. Nice trade. Again, this relic is still ripe for the taking, but not being able to be taken. There is a prelate heading over there for Vortix, but will Puppypaw keep an eye on that? Does have horsemen. Looks like he might be able to snag that relic. Regulus Cathedral coming up. Prelate being used to heal up the villagers. There is the castle age. Oh, Vortix has an army. Sorry, Puppypaw has an army there. Vortix is not picking up the prelate. I'm not entirely sure why. Sending 2 prelates. He's desperate to get this. Oh, Puppypaw realizes it. He's going to snipe the prelate. That's number 3, I think. That's number 4. That's the 4th prelate to go down. Might be a 5th. It indeed will be a 5th. I suspect. Prelate turned around there for a second unnecessarily. No, it won't be a 5th. Backs off, but there is a knight there. Again, Puppypaw looking great to defend that relic. This one's walled up. Going to look to pick that one up, I suspect. In fact, where's he going? Is he going to take a prelate to snag that one? Holy moly. Again, another knight trying to harass the gold. They're not getting too much value. Prelate picking up this relic on the bridge. You can't actually see it. It's a bit of it's a bug there, I think. Can you pick that up? What's going on there? That's weird. Okay, managed to pick it up. This prelate... Is this relic being guarded? This relic being picked up. Holy moly, one relic in Regnitz Cathedral already for Puppypaw. Nothing in the bank for Vortix. This is what we were talking about. Yeah, sure, Vortix got to the castle age, but he doesn't have a relic, and that's what he was after. 3 knights, though, might be able to secure this one. But you know what? If you're Puppypaw, don't worry about the knights. Just snipe the prelate. I think he's lost 4 prelates there, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, there's a horseman there. Prelate has to be pulled back. Doesn't want to lose another one. Sure, Puppypaw will be cleaned up here by the 3 knights, but the horseman, keeping an eye on that prelate. Sending in more spearmen. Puppypaw not giving up that relic, that's for sure. 1 relic is already in the bank for the Regnitz Cathedral. Another one popping by. Another prelate coming through for Vortix. Will he be sniped though? Spearman getting some good hits against the knights. We'll be able to take 1 knight out if he's lucky. Ooh, 4 spearmen there. Another one dies though. The relic gets picked up. Puppypaw has a knight of his own. He's going to snipe that prelate. He is going to snipe him. Wololo going over. But he's given his position. Vortix might not have realized that. Rather, Puppypaw might not have realized that. Puppypaw does now, and he snipes that prelate. Number 5. 5 prelates go down. And Puppypaw's got too many relics that he knows what to do with. He needs a monastery or an outpost to garrison inside. He can't even garrison it in anywhere. It doesn't have a building. That's how many relics he's got. He wasn't probably expecting to get all 3, being second to Castle Age. Another knight there, just surrounding that. Another prelate being sent. Number 6. If that gets sniped, that's going to be really bad news. That's 600 gold, guys. That's 6 times 20 seconds. That's a lot of time. That's a minute and 20 seconds of idle time on the town centre, not producing villagers. 4 relics in the clasps of those prelates for Puppypaw. Knights looking to deny those walls. The knight... Did he snipe that prelate? No, the prelate's still alive there. The 2 knights here will be denying that for Vortix. Charge attack goes off. 2 knights there. Prelate has to back off. Can't get that relic even. No relics for the Regnitz Cathedral for Vortix. This is huge. Because in the meantime, this is 600 gold that Puppypaw's been gathering, but he's going to lose villagers here on the front line. Holy smokes, there's a lot of raiding here. Quite a few knights here. Still 2 relics there. Will he try a Wololo? That could be a nice spot. Gold is constantly being harassed here. I feel like for Puppypaw, you just need to get the walls up somehow. Holy smokes, he's getting raided to death on that gold line. Oh no, oh no, oh no, Puppypaw's going to notice. I think this is prelate number 6. Gets the charge attack. Gets another hit. He needs another one. He needs 1 more. Prelate going down. Another one. He goes down. That's prelate number 6, I think. I mean, I've lost count. I wasn't anticipating that being an issue. Monastery going up now for Puppypaw. Another 200 gold per minute going to come in through with those relics. That's an insane amount of gold. 800 gold per minute without even a single mining villager to be considered there in that count. In goes the relics. It's a lot of gold, guys. 800 gold per minute. Vortix, this is a problem. That's a forward gold. Does he have no other golds to take? And he doesn't. That's such a bad position for Vortix. A forward gold. Forward prelate. Forward relic. Oh, will Puppypaw notice? Looking to take the villagers off the berries. In fact, the villagers, he's losing villagers there, but he probably won't mind. He's got the prelate in he's got the relic in his grasp. Again, knights raiding Puppypaw's gold line. To be honest with you, he won't mind that because he doesn't need the gold villagers because he's got the relics. 4 of them. And he's going to snipe the monk. Another charge. That's number 7. Wololo doesn't get put off. Oh my god. In fact, he has a knight's advantage. He might be able to win this fight. Does have a home advantage there, Vortix. Puppypaw needs to back off from this. And he does that. Knights though diving. For Vortix. Getting good trades here though, Vortix, has to be said. Villagers on gold. Gonna get pushed off. Oh, what a debate. 3 knights pulling away. 5 for Vortix. 1 heads back, but this knight's going to push the villagers off gold. This is a problem for Vortix. He has no villagers on gold. He won't be able to continue producing knights. Ladies and gentlemen, this is looking good for Puppypaw in this final game of the set. because he has 4 relics. Vortix has none, and he's struggling to get gold, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is looking rough for Vortix. He has done so well to even the score, but he's struggling here. He needs to find an answer. He needs to find a solution to this problem. And his solution is to be raiding, it seems. Let's take a look at the village count. 41 for Vortix, 40 for Puppypaw, but that does not tell the whole story. 4 relics, 600 gold per minute, 200 gold per minute, 800 gold per minute. Guys, that's the equivalent of 20 village. Wait, I just have to double check that maths because that's a lot. It sounds like a lot. You get 40 gold per minute per villager. So, holy smokes, times that by 2 makes 80. It is 20 villagers, guys. Effectively, Puppypaw is 20 villagers ahead. That's nothing to be snuffed at. That's an insane amount. Because this is what it is. Wait, did he lose another prelate? I feel like we need to keep count of prelates. He lost another prelate. I think it's number 8. And it's so close. He will be getting it in eventually. But my god, guys. This artifact, this relic better have been worth it. He's lost so many prelates for it. Nice for Puppypaw. Starting to build up in numbers, because the issue for Vortix, it doesn't have the gold income to sustain the production. He's looking to build an outpost here, but if Puppypaw presses this issue here, then Vortix will be in trouble. He does finally get the relic into the Regnitz Cathedral. 17 minutes into the game, despite getting to the castle age first. That's got to be a bit annoying for Vortix. I'm sure he doesn't get tilted too easily. He's a professional, of course. Vortix has walled up though. Puppypaw looking to siege that down. Has got knights going around the outside. Snipes 2 villagers, or just 1 actually. And they do garrison themselves. Now the thing is, this could turn into a sacred site issue because, well, what other gold can he get on the map? Once the gold runs out, there are still a lot of gold mines in the middle. That could be something they contest for. Villagers dying here on the wood line. Both players still in the castle age, struggling to get to the Imperial Age. There's so much castle age aggression. Villagers going down on the farms. Vortix doing a great job of raiding. But so is Puppypaw, taking out the villagers on the gold line, or at least keeping them idle. Trying to break down the gates. Both players going aggressive here. Uh-oh, Puppypaw going to lose villagers on the berries. That is not ideal. But Vortix doesn't realise. He realises now. I think when Pack's off though, doesn't want to take the fight. There is a lonely landsnake there in there as well. The gate is being burned down. Game number 7, ladies and gentlemen, with the grand final. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look, he's taking 2 villages with 1 swing. This Lance Connector just took about 10 villagers. Vortix losing his berry villagers. And he didn't even notice. And he's taking a bad fight here on the hill. Puppypaw going to clean this up. The knights are too weak here for Vortix. Vortix struggling. He calls it. There's the GG. Puppypaw takes the set 4-3. He is your champion, ladies and gentlemen, of the grand final for the Red Bull Wololo Legacy. The road to it. He books his place to that main event in Heidelberg, Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Puppypaw and for Vortix, because frankly, Vortix, to come back in this set, played like an absolute beast. For me, ladies and gentlemen, this has got to be one of the best sets I have seen Age of Empires 4 history. I can't believe what we've seen. This is such a treat to cast. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the casted games. I actually casted all the games from this tournament. So if you missed any you wanted to catch up with, do check it out. But geez, this is definitely a set you want to see again. What an intense matchup. Puppypaw and Vortix. We might as well just update the score, just for good measure. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think of the set in the comment section below. For me, it has been one of the best sets to have seen, cast, all of it. The road to Red Bull Wololo Legacy will continue because we do have another final set to cast for pool number 2. I can't wait for that one. Will it top this one? I don't know. It's definitely a tall order. This set was amazing. All I can say is, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the games. I certainly did. It's been a pleasure to cast these games for you. Hopefully, see you next time.